Yeah, true.
It's okay. Like, one
Isn't
day
it always a cold open?
It's not always a cold open. Sometimes I get the first word in.
No.
Well,
I
this one you
wish,
probably did
like,
actually.
I mean, not if
No,
you
no,
were
no.
chaotic at Screen Peter, so I can't do a Brendan Lee Mulligan or a Logan and get upset about it, but, like...
I fucking love that. I love that so much.
Depends, you gonna rat us out to stream?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, 100% would. Yeah.
The upset scrotum.
Hello,
How dare you
everyone.
rat me out?
It is session 100. You may be surprised that we're not, like, super happy about that. Everyone is sick. Everyone is ill
We're
at some
happy.
point, except point. I mean, like, ecstatic, going, woo, 100, all that stuff. Everyone is not
I'm
feeling
excited.
the best. Everyone's excited,
Okay,
but no one's
I'm
feeling
like,
fucking
just-
happy.
let's just stop for a sec. Okay. Cut here.
Yeah,
Welcome back, everybody. Damn it.
Kick her out.
I'm
Stop.
so excited I threw up. You
It's the
know,
best
how
part.
excited I am.
But yeah, it's session 100. It's been like 4-ish years, I think.
Don't
If
do
math
that.
is correct.
That upsets me, but
It's
also
it's close to
amazes
5, I
me.
think.
It's probably more than 40 years,
Oh.
but that's just
Oh.
25
40?
year
Damn.
because of
Oh,
breaks
yeah.
we've took and such. But yeah, it's a good time. We're happy. Me and Darian. Turns out we're not sick, but
I'm fine.
we'll be
I'm just
fine.
tired.
We're excited. It's gonna be a fun session, and we should get it going so we can finish at a reasonable time so people can go to bed because they're ill.
Haha.
5 years ago.
Oh.
2021,
Reasonable.
January.
Don't tell me this. Just stop talking.
Hey Darian, Echoes is older than your child.
That is true,
Yeah.
because we hadn't had a child when we started playing.
Yeah, well,
Was that what, episode 29, 30? 22? I don't know.
go on. I didn't know what happened.
Last time on Echoes, the party crossed blades and spells with Elamar, the Phoenix Lord of the Summer Court. There was a lot less crossing of spells and swords really, as Elamar had more important things to do, and let his reactive abilities handle most of the aggressors. While he continued to consume Terra's spark, the party tried to convince her that he was up to no good, and only after some of his manipulations of her mind started to unravel did she really question him. Eventually, though, the shoe dropped, and he didn't try to defend his actions, saying all she was worth was to be part of something greater, him, just like her mother was. Around the same time, Selena landed the killing blow on Elamar, but they don't call him the Phoenix Lord for nothing, and death was really only a momentary setback, but a single tear-shaped red crystal had broken free from his necklace. Grabbing the Tear of Summer, the party realized that defeating him was almost definitely as impossible, as he had 4 more to consume for rebirths, and it took almost everything they had to get 1 gem free. As the party ran for it, Christine teleported a bleeding out Hugin out of further harm's way, but sadly, not far enough. Elamar decided to take something for his troubles, so he blasted Hugin's body multiple times to finish him off for good. The party grabbed him and ran from the palace into the city. They heard alarm bells start to sound, and Hugin's window for Revivify is about to run out. Zaz, I believe you have something for that?
Yeah, so when they have a brief moment before the window closes, he'll place Hugin down and a cloud of spores, apparates out from underneath his mushroom cap and float around Hugin's head, and there's almost like an inhale from this body, and below the skin, the muscle and the flesh, inside the lungs and wrapping around the heart are these tendrils of the tendrils of mushroom and cordyceps that causes a false breathing and a fake rhythmic heartbeat to keep the body alive. And casts Gentle Repose.
Yeah. Which extends the window of death from a minute to 10 days and 1 minute. Enough time for you guys to figure out what you're going to do.
At this point,
You grab the body and take back off into the city. I'm assuming this is happening as the alarms start to sound. As you're all running, it was a picture?
I was gonna say something, but I was muted.
Go for it.
I was muted on chat, Discord. But yeah, given the situation of sort of what's going on, genuinely leaving the city is probably not going to be the hardest thing for you. It's very flat. There's no, it's not a walled city. The only like section like that was the center area where you guys are leaving.
The palaces, yeah.
As such, you'll be able to, like, as quickly as you can make your way through. But the alarms going means that someone is following you. So there is a pursuit, in fact, and for that we've got some interesting rules to have a go at. So we're gonna have two trackers. One's gonna be the party. One's gonna be your pursuers. You're both gonna start at 0. With how everything you guys do stuff, whenever you take these journeys or have been in the Feywild, some of the stuff is expedited, which is mainly this part of the section where you get information or supplies you need, you plan a route, and you divvy out the roles. For this, we're going to change it up a bit. You can forego these abilities, and you can get a +1 to your tracker for doing so. But you will lose a -1 penalty on your embarkation roll, and then a secondary feature will be happening if you choose to forgo a specific thing. So, first of all, if you want to lose your supplies and information, like stuff that will help you make the journey to your next trek, you will add another event to the table. If you are planning a route, if you just skip planning a route, your embarkation roll will be with disadvantage, including all the negatives from any other things you've foregone. And if you forget if you choose to not organize, there are no rolls. No one's picking a roll. There will be, you will make a D20 roll at the end of this, and then that will be the order that checks will be made in for the journey. Specifically for the journey, not for like anything else, but like any events that require rolls will be in that order, regardless if you're good at the skill or not. Anything else, Darren?
No, we'll get to the actual nitty-gritty of how the pursuit works as we get into it. But I think at this point, you make your way out of the walled section, as you said, you're into the city proper. Pursuit hasn't come, but you know it is coming. I am starting a 10-minute timer on my phone. You have until that timer ends to decide amongst yourself, in-game or out of game, which of these 3 things you are taking or leaving. Because you can take all 3, you can leave all 3. You can do a mix match. So, starting the timer now, while I go and deal with the crying baby.
The timer is on minor pause, we'll give it 2 seconds. I know that we sort of ended it with you guys maybe sort of soft splitting up. You can all reconvene if you want to. I'll let that decision fall onto your hands.
Assume by the assumption of this, it's sort of we are reconvened after that.
Yeah, I
little
imagine we
bit.
probably would.
Yeah.
Good question,
So you
actually,
go,
because
you
I
go.
was exploding. I was exploding last time.
I think you were, and I think that I stayed with you. But
Yeah.
I feel like enough time. Like, I don't know how much time has passed in that bit, so we probably, if they're saying that we're all together, I think it's probably best if we are.
Okay, yeah. That's fine then. Yeah, you go.
You go.
Thank you.
I had a little think about this, and out of character, I feel like it's pretty important that we do our roles, because we probably really want to try and get Campmaster, because then we could get a long rest in if we're able to get to a safe spot at some point, because we're all on, like, most of us are on exhaustion at this point, like lots of injuries and shit.
I feel like we
But-
could probably drop supplies.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was actually thinking that, like, maybe supplies information. It's not ideal.
In theory,
But-
could drop planning a route if our intention is just to escape and not actually escape the Feywild right now.
But we might actually have a way to do both with a route, because I remember Zaz saying that there were areas not too far near, or we found out that areas not too far nearby that actually we could use to potentially get out.
But then there's also the fact that we probably should be heading towards the mountain to try and save Terra's friend. We don't
That-
want to... Oh,
As I said, I think our goal at the moment is just escape, get some distance, get out the, what do you call it,
Yeah.
summer core.
yeah,
Find
if
some
we
kind
were...
of safety away from the city where we can recover.
In other words,
Kind of-
choose a direction, go.
Yeah.
Do we have a map up at the moment? I forget the name of it because I must have closed it.
Feywild, literally.
Because, okay.
I can't share in chat, I don't think. No, I
It's
can't.
okay.
Games
Oh,
player.
there it is.
Oh, there
Thank
we
you
go.
very much.
They're big.
So we could, because if we came from, we could just head south to get out.
Mhm. If
that
we want
way.
to
We
simplify
don't
it straight
know.
up, I think yes, we keep organization no matter what.
Mm.
That saying more out of character than in, but yeah, no, organization is something we do need right now.
Yeah.
We
So-
can survive without our supplies. Or information in this case. We're not really going to stop to ask people. We can survive without that for the moment.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather a route than a +1.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I reckon rolls. Like, I'll happily take the persuasion one again. What's the party face?
I can take
For-
perception. Which I
Yeah.
think was like scouting or something.
Yeah. Who wants to be the camp master? Because I feel like that's the most important.
I could do
Did
Did they say we
Master.
had to organize rolls during this bit?
If is there any more discussion as to anything else being dropped, or is it literally just supplies?
I would say just supplies because I
I'm
feel
I'm
like
happy
guys
to
need
drop
drops.
supplies and planning a route, but other people seem to want to keep planning a route, so it seems I think we're keeping planning a route. Probably just
The
drop
disadvantage
supplies.
feels harsh.
Disadvantages, yeah, it's a bit of a.
It is harsh, yeah.
What do people have spell wise? Like anything at all?
I've got
A little bit of gas.
I've got bonfire and jump.
I've got 2 first level spells and 2 third level spells left.
And
Would
I
that
got
only
I-
be
first and a
the
third.
gas tank because I've got 3 third levels technically with the pearl plus I've got I think all my sorcery points, so I'm happy keeping plan a route and then on our run I'm just gonna just gas the shit out of everything.
I also think I have long stride up a long rest.
I can conjure animals with a 3rd level spell, so I can call some like eagles or something.
Yes.
I've got a 3rd and a 4th. I get to hold on to at least one of those, and I've got all my 1st level slots, and I'm pretty healthy still. So
I don't know if it is worth me using spells, because as far as I know, I'm still incredibly weak,
True.
and when I tried to cast the spell the last time, it like took it out of her, so I don't know if it's safe for me to cast spells.
yeah, no, you
Yeah,
probably
you're probably
shouldn't.
out of this conversation, yeah.
Something
Yeah.
else to discuss. 'Cause it's been a while since it happened. This is still the same day you guys full go sleep, most of you.
Yeah.
You've already traveled a bit today, so it's
Yeah.
probably only like a 2-tile travel. Now.
Ideally, if we're planning the route, it would be get out, find a spot we can maybe potentially even hide and let them pass, and then find another way around. But I don't know if that was something
Or
that
like
was worth
start by
trying here.
retracing our steps until we feel like we actually can get a proper plan in.
Mm.
Mm.
I think that's what I would say.
I'll leave the rest to you. I probably should go and help Darian because like both of them are freaking the fuck out now. But yeah, I've got my role that I'd like to do, and I'm happy with whatever else people want to do.
I'd say we're pretty
Yeah.
locked in then on the pursuit stuff.
So you're only taking the +1 and foregoing
Yeah, lost supplies.
Supplies, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Selena was the face. What's everyone else? And someone does have to be
Scout.
guide. Scout
Are
is
you
stealth.
able to?
I think I was doing scouting.
Scout is stealth. If that's
Oh, no, it's not
changing
scout.
anything.
Whatever the perception is, I can't remember what perception was.
Look out.
Look out.
Look out. Alright, yeah, look out.
Yeah, I think it's better for Terra anyway, not to do anything too strenuous at the moment.
I'm happy to do Scout.
Okay.
It's either Scout or Survival, but I think Scout's what I'll do in this case.
Well, do you want to? Who's going to be the camp master? Because I took it as like a kind of thing. I took it as like a kind of thing that is just what Christine would do. But like, if someone actively is like, look, you're okay, but we need this quickly. Because she is not great with survival. It's just that I have the ability to roll twice.
Let me just check something on the combat tracker.
Until Darian's back with a confirmed or deny this, go under the assumption that Hugin will not have a royal for this journey.
My roll is
I-
corpse.
I can do survival. Because I have a +8 to both perception and survival. I can
Jesus.
do either of them.
How would Terra feel just in general with a lot of this stuff though?
I think at the moment she's like mentally locked in of just getting everybody out, but after that she's probably gone.
Alright,
It's like adrenaline and
focus
focus right now, but yeah.
Mr. Mushroom Cap. Just remind me, we usually chuck you in survival, don't we?
Guide.
Yeah, I got a pretty decent survival. I can guide if you want me to.
Yeah.
There needs to be
If
a
you
guide.
want to.
I
Yeah,
think you're
so
probably the
I
best
can
to
go.
guide at the moment because it's not going to work with Terra. She's...
You also would have to be at the front because you're carrying, I believe.
I'm on a mission.
Yeah, okay,
The
so
main
we
questions
chuck
for you is if what you're taking.
We'll chuck you at the front. I also have... my survival is and stealth are both +7, so...
I'm so fucking quick right now.
You know what? You are right. We do need a camp master, so...
I mean-
can do
Okay.
that, actually.
It's just a positive thought to you guys. Corpses don't need air, so you can chuck me in the bag if you
That's
need
not
like
gonna help
hands free.
Darian at all.
We'd have to chop you up.
Yeah, I'm
I
not doing
can't
that.
fit you in the hand of the actual width of it.
Uh,
about that,
in that
guys?
case,
Hey,
I will
because-
take Surveyor.
I do have a question for Tara when we eventually get to camp.
I can't say she's gonna be very responsive, but go ahead, buddy.
That's very fair.
Where are my damn pictures of the sending stone?
Alright.
I think that sending stone is lost forever.
How
I
have
have
we...
it.
Yeah. Depending on whether you had your stuff on you during that whole thing is my point.
I refused to get dressed and change into any of the stuff he gave me, so I'm still in like all my normal gear.
Okay.
How have we gone for deciding? We all...
Yeah. I wasn't writing it down. It should have been, but
Oh, that's okay.
we've got the
I've
guide
written
is red
everything
cap.
down.
We've got I'm on camp.
My cap is black and purple.
Sorry, I'm calling you red cap because she is skin.
Purple cat.
It's red with purple polka dots.
Tara
Time
was
is up.
on
Let's check it in.
the perception one, I think.
Lookout. I think it's lookout.
Yeah.
Alright, so with that,
And I'm Surveyor.
with a guide in tow, Zaz, where are you leading everyone?
Fucking out.
Yep.
The
Away.
direction of out.
What is the end of your journey?
End goal? Fucking, let's...
Can we make an end goal halfway through
We could
the thing?
go back to Enrala, which
Yeah, if we
you
go back to
roll
the
it?
trade place.
So
Essentially, the end goal is the next place you can get a safe long rest out of the road. So you have to pick a actual
Okay.
hotspot here.
and I'll let you know. Yeah. So if you guys want to go back to the middle, like where you've heard about it from Enrala, as far as you know, Terra, you would know this. That is like the end of your dad's reach. Like,
4?
What about the free trade?
Not much about the free trade.
Like I'm saying
what,
this out of
what
character. I
would
thought-
Terra? What would Terra know?
Free trade is one of the only places in the Feywild that doesn't necessarily have an Archfey in charge. It's sort of just like a free nation where trading can happen. You could find a place to rest there, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're out of threat.
So at this point, I feel like our
probably
best.
be safer trying to go to Unrala.
Yes.
I'm gonna draw it out, and I want to see what people think.
Yeah, I feel like at this point it's a case of, yeah, like just trying to. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's what I was thinking. Like, if we can get out of the orange zone, the directly in the summer court, and if we do take rest somewhere in this green, we could try and set ourselves up as like inconspicuously as possible, and then like just have really set watches and just try to be as careful as possible, and then head back to like, I'm okay with that.
How many days is a tile?
'Cause Tara never spoke to her dad about Unrala. She only mentioned Algaea.
4
Yeah.
days per tile, 4 tiles per day, but you've already done like 2 today.
Yeah. Mainly just
So-
thinking on like a full spread somewhere else and then doubling back, but that's a lot of
What you're thinking
hexes,
of?
no matter. Well,
Going-
my initial thought was like, I still don't know if like a full stop in the free trade is smart. None of them are smart. It's just which poison do we want to have.
Well, we could
My
always
initial
stop
thought was like go to a
outside
completely
on the
different
main
area
base.
and then. Yeah, we could. I thought about just going completely just across to the Elderwood and then going down afterwards. But that's
Hey,
just, unknowns.
Mr. DMs, is this like a video game where if you go that way, you end up over here?
No.
Wrap around. Damn.
No, there is more stuff.
It's flat.
Zaz and Terra would know there is an entire other continent off to the left, like off to the east, west.
Oh.
Sorry.
Mm.
That is just where we have hidden because it's not relevant to this part of the story, but there is an entire second continent over there.
Yeah, no
What
one
if we
has
start
ever been
swimming?
there.
It's a long
Is that the
swim.
first to try and make it relevant?
I can swim.
But
If we've only really got 2 tiles in us today, we could just try going down like 2 tiles to hit green and try our best to keep hidden, and then just like head straight for.
We could just like kind of try to
Unrala.
like break for this tile.
Yeah, that's what I'm just thinking. We, at best case scenario, we probably want to get out of the summer court.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
fair, but the rules for the journey, we need to know what your endpoint is.
I'm gonna say green too. I really
green
think
too is our
that
endpoint,
Mim
no matter
has. I think Mim has the correct assumption that like
Yeah.
the file doesn't know about the person. We can use them as a proper
Mm.
safe haven. Going for the free trade might not be the smartest thing.
And
Okay, yeah, I agree with.
what would-
Okay.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I
our endpoint would have to be free trade, and that's our endpoint there. And
You're
I don't
right,
know
yeah.
if that's a better one
we
for
at
now.
least like we're at least like 90% sure we have a place of safety with Unrala.
I will,
Yeah.
as I said before, that area, like where Green 2
Yep.
is there, like, that is his sphere of thing. Like, he will be pursuing you, and, like, even if you're there, he'll still pursue you there.
I
that
assume
is
that,
his
but there's-
edge. Yeah, I'm just
there's-
letting everyone know. It is ultimately Zaz's choice, with all the information
Yeah.
present.
Does Terra know if he would pursue into free trade, or if that's just like, oh, I can't really step foot in
Well,
that?
it is in his area. And if kind of everybody's there, that means he would have his people there as well. And like there are
Yeah.
his people where Unrala is, but Unrala could also possibly hide us.
So we really
That's
Definitely
just my
never
only
get
kind
to
of
green
thought is
tag.
that, yeah.
We just have to fucking like get there as quickly and safely as we can.
Or
Just
yeah,
try to like. Mm,
Elderwood free.
what?
Elderwood free. Directly, directly east.
Oh.
Just go east.
Ugh. I'm gonna go with green too. As my vote.
I think green too. Yeah. At
Alright,
least
now
there
pick
we have a chance.
pink one, Jeremy.
Yeah, so that's where you picking.
We're
It's-
swimming to the other continent, clearly.
Yeah, understandable.
Do you have colours
Yeah,
for over
no.
there?
Well, actually,
I
we're going to
think-
green one. That wants to take us to green one. I don't know where that is, but that's where we're going now.
It's up the top.
Top.
North.
Yeah, I think green 2 will be the best course of action for now.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
when we get there, then we can reconvene again. Because it'll take us what? 1, 2, 1,
It's
3
2
days
days
at
in a
least.
2,
tile,
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
annoyingly.
Okay. Locking that in then. Let me just put that down.
Actually, go over the ocean. We're going to Australia, baby.
Then we need you. What do you mean by that? Their position or the number?
Yes.
Oh,
Sure.
no, we don't. But
If you see Croc, tell him fuck you.
But sorry. We need an
On a
embarkation
spell
roll.
blade.
Guide, roll a d12 plus your prof mod plus half your wisdom mod.
Minus one.
-1, -3. They are no longer
Fucking
safe
hell.
here
That was
anymore.
You gave him
so
too
many
much
fucking
math.
numbers.
Yeah, I need to determine something real quick, and then I can help you. Yeah, so it's a 3.
Yeah, let me help
So
you,
yeah,
buddy.
-4.
Okay.
Plus half your prof mod. Plus proficiency.
Is it rounded up
Plus
or rounded
Plus
down?
wisdom.
Rounded down.
Okay, 1. So 4.
So
So, minus
D12
4
plus
becomes
0.
-3.
Mm.
So I'm just rolling a d12.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's make sure
You
to
want
add
it-
the numbers.
Do you want sacred, or you want for everyone to see?
Doesn't really.
Oh, out in the open. Yeah.
Dude,
Big
Oh.
8.
Okay.
The curviest number.
I like
That's
8.
actually very powerful.
I think the code.
So, as you take off, you've gathered what things you can in the city. You prepared yourself as best you can. You've decided where you're going, and you've decided who's doing what while you travel. Giving up on looking for information for the journey. You all head out into the fields surrounding the city here. As we know, the Summer Court is a place of permanent noon. The sun is always directly overhead at all points in time. The weather is always pleasant and lovely. The breeze is always great. It is a perfect day. And so, as you leave, you find that you are traveling in fine weather. As with traveling in fine weather, each member of the party can ignore the first exhaustion point they gain during this journey. So if you do an event that gives you another point of exhaustion, you can mark it off saying, no, I don't.
Thank fuck for that.
Imagine it was
Given-
raining somehow.
Given you all have 1 point of exhaustion right now, that is probably pretty helpful.
It's very helpful.
I'll take 5.
So Zaz, you have already traveled 2 tiles today to get where you are. Before you had the fight and everything, in terms of physical limit, you could do 2 more tiles, or you could push yourselves for 3. But Zaz, you were leading the way, so feel free to move the token as to where you would go as you make a run out of the city.
Pushing for free could ignore the exhaustion, potentially.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pushing for 3 puts me in a different mindset then.
It guarantees us 2 days instead of 3.
Yeah, which I think we might do.
Fuck, this is
It's
just
go-
like the chase.
It's gonna suck ass, but yeah. 1, 2,
And you're gonna push for
Oh.
3?
bank for 3. Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna push for 3, which is that's pushing for essentially a risk of exhaustion, everyone in the party is going to need to make Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
On a fail, they will gain a point of exhaustion, which
Minus
fine
Yugen.
weather will negate. Minus Yugen, who's dead.
Constitution
It's
save,
very
sorry?
useful.
Con save, yep.
Roll your con save.
5
Yugen.
sorcerers.
Let's see.
It's a 10? That's
that-
not very
that should
good.
not have
Oh,
that.
hello.
I should not have done that.
The
That's
bless
a-
should
wow,
not be there.
I
Oh,
am
yeah, it should
in
not.
full adrenaline mood right now, guys.
Yeah,
That's-
you don't feel pain. You don't feel anything.
Okay, so bless
I
should
got
not be
an
there.
18.
but it's okay. The 3 people who less affected, it doesn't matter because they rolled very good.
Praise be.
So 18, 18, 22, 5, and a 10. So Selena and Zaz, you both fail as you're running through. Zaz, it's probably because you're carrying Hugin.
Tracks.
And Selena, it's probably because you've burned a lot of your magic, a lot of things in mind. You two are both exhausted, like tired. You would gain a level of exhaustion, but because of fine weather, you don't. But you make it through as you're running. Now, it's not like the equivalent of the time of day. If we were tracking if you were traveling normal, it would be like 6 p.m.-ish when you left. But of course, it is always noon. You're on the edge of Elamar's territory, but you got to the city at like 8 a.m. So it's only like 2 p.m.-esque.
Wow.
But you've been up all night, like traveling for this. So that to say you're on your last legs of pushing it is an understatement. As you're all moving, as you're pushing yourself in that final stretch, one thing. You all are. Sorry, getting a thing up. Edge, are you there?
Yeah, I'm wondering what you mean.
The encounter.
5 bugbears.
Purple worm.
I'll throw a bonfire at them.
It's actually 2 encounters in one. One of them's 2 wolves, the other one's a brown bear.
One day I will find a use for these scrolls.
There's a small
Hey.
worm inside the purple worm.
So a couple of things I have to go over quickly. As you're traveling, you are passing through 3 tiles, which means there are chances to make checks to avoid pursuit. On the first tile moved, is anyone wanting to do anything to increase or decrease pursuit?
Right.
Yes.
I have potential ideas as well.
Yep.
Who's going first? I think like 3 people said yes.
You go. You go.
I was just gonna say for Tara, potentially using perception, to look for routes that she knows are like quick or cut through or less used and stuff.
Yeah. You perception to these are lands you traveled. You know a lot about them. You could use perception in these areas.
Okay.
Absolutely. So make a perception check. Now, I'll reiterate for this. Only 2 people can act per stage, and you cannot do the same roll as somebody else. So, perception, a 22. Of course, that's a success. Like, Terra.
No, don't do that.
Dad,
There.
go away, go away. Oh no.
As you all know, this is an area you've traveled so much, Terra. Ever since you were a little girl, you've traveled through these lands. Of course, you know the right routes to make. While in as you're leading the way, Terra, you're able to point out small hidden paths, or game trails and whatnot that would go unseen, that would be harder for people to spot, that might conceal your tracks a bit better, allowing you guys to make a little extra ground in a way that is harder to track. Essentially, that's a +1.
Hey God, why does the map have a boss bot?
Good
I've got
question.
something
I don't know,
interesting.
there's no reason for it to have one.
I have a quick
If
question
you've
if
got
I
a
could just
special
interject.
thing. Go for it.
How much distance is roughly on these tiles?
6 miles, I think.
6 miles. Okay.
Anybody else would like to make a check? Remember, there are 3 tiles, so you'll have 6 checks total to make.
I just have a
You go
question
this
mainly
one.
for the surrounding. Is it like you said it was a? Did you say what kind of area it is? If it's open or dense with stuff, or how's it look?
It changes a lot because
Okay.
in this situation, you're running out from the city. It's open fields and plains that then leads into initially sparsely wooded, rolling hills that travel on outwards of it, where they're massive fields of flowers and perfect glades that make everything it makes all amazing. But as you get further from the summer court, closer to the edges of the wilderness, the woods get thicker and thicker.
Good. I think I have something that could potentially work here. If there are these sort of narrow passageways which we're trying to have to sort of swing through, and maybe these clumps of trees kind of maybe divert direction in like sort of weird ways. Whatever direction we go down, I want to like sort of wait till everyone goes past, and I would like to use my file armor for the earth file to basically conjure up a wall, 15 foot long, 10 foot wide, and I just want to basically just wall off as much as I can, and just like kind of have us like at least protected for a little bit.
Okay. I'll say so. Make what role do you think would be associated with that? In my
It's either
mind-
weave and magic or it's some weird shit with like creative like dexterity, I imagine.
My mind is it's more like a investigation or nature check because you want the wall to look natural.
Yeah, okay. I can do that.
Yeah.
Investigation. Fuck, not
With a
using my
plus
nature.
1 because you're burning a file charge.
This is all my earth fire armor. Just double checking my abilities. No, I do not have any of that.
You will obviously
but
have
I can't-
disadvantage on this because you have exhaustion.
Right. I will indeed not.
Okay.
Fuck, I didn't press it. Well,
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll.
Roll
a separate
again.
one.
Roll again
Yeah.
because it does the bullshit where it always puts the low
Yep.
one first. Yeah.
That's average.
14.
Between
Not
it.
too
That makes
bad.
sense.
As you're running, you find a spot that you think is a good place to put up the wall, and to the best of your knowledge, you take time. The rest of the party runs off for a bit. You take a moment, rip at the file
Oh,
cord,
plus one.
wall, plus 1, 15. That's very important because
Yep.
a 15 is exactly what you needed to make this into a success.
Oh,
That's why I saw 14. I was like, wait, plus one.
Plus 1 matters.
Phew.
You find an area where it's like essentially there's two hillocks that are close together, and Terra points out a pathway between them where like the woods are a bit thicker so you wouldn't notice it normally, and then you use your file armor to create a like a wall of stone and whatnot appears that almost connects the two hills together, so it looks like they're one larger hill instead of two separate ones. People who are running past here won't even know the small game trail that goes between it because the wall, which of course springs up through this natural shrubbery, is covered in grass and whatnot, so it matches the surrounding underbrush pretty effectively here.
Amazing.
As you all continue on to the next tile, the enemies gain 1 tracker point as they are following you. As you all are running onwards, you hear the sounds of horns in the distance as you know your pursuers are on the way. Is anyone going to make a roll in this tile? There are 2 checks. The people who did the previous ones cannot participate. So no Tara, no Christine.
I will make a check. And I want to bolster it with the first level spell slot if possible, as she's sort of like casting Bless. Could I say that I could roll a persuasion check as she kind of tries to give like just a
Like a morale boost. effectively.
morale boost, like she's casting this magic and being like, we can get through this, we just need to keep going, don't listen to it, we're nearly out of this. And just want to like just give people that kind of boost of bless, but also like that like calming words as well.
Cool. Yeah. That sounds like a charisma check to me. You know, the words to bolster and support, that sounds like persuasion, AJ? That sounds right to you?
Oh, yep, go ahead.
Persuasion, obviously with a bless, mark a +1. Just take the spell slot, don't even bother applying the spell because obviously it won't last very long.
I didn't
Yeah.
bother ticking that. I'll just take off the spell slot. So that's a disadvantage because I've got fucking what's it called? Exhaustion. That's the one. You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration on that one. So which one was? You know what? It doesn't matter because it's a.
Yeah, just
No, it does.
Disadvantage
It does
roll.
matter because one of them's 6, which would have been a 14,
+1,
which
15.
then with a +1 is a 15.
Okay, so just roll a d20. We'll say you're re-rolling the 5. Don't
Okay.
roll below. Don't if you. As long as you don't roll below a 5, then yeah,
It's a 14.
which makes it a 6, which becomes 15, exactly what you need to succeed.
Yep. Oh.
That puts you guys at a 4.
Oh my god. Shit out of me.
3 people left, or only really 2 people left to make actions here. Are Akfa or Zaz have any ideas, or do you want to? You can abstain. You don't have to do
I
things.
have an idea, but my question quickly is: these actions, are these separate to, like, say we get to the end of this little trek and then do any roll stuff, or is that part of this? Might have
Just if
misunderstood.
we find complications.
There will be complications on the way that are separate to this. Me and AJ have planned out when the encounters will be happening, but we will tell you when they occur.
Specifically, I'm asking, would this be like me using up the camp master side of it, like the journey
At
stuff?
the end
This is
of the
separate
day,
this.
at the end of the day, when you guys need to rest, you can be like, I want a camp master. It is not
Yeah,
up
Okay,
to
that'd
that
be-
is separate. Cool.
Yeah, that's basically at the end of the next tile's choices. That's when that triggers, and that'll also reset who can act.
So just re-describe it for me quickly. So we've headed out of the sort of summer courty stuff. There's no like, what sort of terrain are we going into as we transition?
At this point, you're probably entering more thicker woods. It's a point where like underbrush is now pretty dense. You're pushing forth into what just looks like natural, heavily forested wilderness. There's still the traces of the endless summer behind you. Like every so often, you're on that borderline where sometimes you step over the line and all of a sudden it's midday again, and you step back across and now it's like early afternoon.
I like. It would burn up the things of like the disguise kit. Would I be able to use that, like throw it around to try and mislead, like we went a different way?
Yeah, I mean, you could. That would be a survival check, it sounds like, and then used for burning a supply charge from your thing. You're basically leaving like false trail, like markers, like maybe a torn cloth on a tree leading the wrong direction. Maybe like a smudge, like someone brushed up against, like a that sounds like a thing to me.
Survival, you said?
Survival with a +1 if you're burning a charge from your disguise kit.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh,
11 because of the +1.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I had anything I could do against that. It's not a saving throw, so I can't ask to burn my rage.
I think that's including the +1.
Yeah.
Is that including the +1? Okay.
yeah.
That is including the +1, so
+1.
10. No, 10 is with the +1.
-2.
Yeah, math.
Okay, so that's it. Cool. You do your best to lay these false trails. Like sometimes you're taking moments to lay a few false steps, applying different things here and there. As you continue on with the trail, you don't see that when your pursuers eventually find these. Unfortunately, so whoever's leading the way is able to spot pretty quickly that these are not credible signs, and you only manage to shake them for but a few moments. This is a fail, but only enough to result in a 0.
My fault for not knowing the Feywild terrain.
Yeah. People here are wise to the trickery of some of these deceptions that you find quite useful in the prime material.
People are stupid in the Prime.
The final 4. The final bit of movement, and I guess Zaz, you're the last person with a chance to act here. Is there anything you want to do, or are you going to abstain, and we'll just cap the end of the day?
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Can the role I make be used when we go to make camp?
We can flavor it whenever. You can flavor it like you're doing your thing at the end of the day as you make camp. That's fine by me.
Okay, because what I would like to do is, as we're towards the end of the day when we're setting up camp, I would like to, if possible, cast plant growth. So wherever we find the bed down is, I was going to say super vegetable, but that's not right.
Vegetated.
Yeah, that's heavily vegetated. Yeah, no, it's not. It's super vegetable now.
I love
Super
that.
Vegetable Girl instead of Super Meat Boy. And so all the foliage and everything is extra dense, and will make it easier for us to stay hidden because we are not out in the open. There's so much around, and because it doesn't decay or go away, it'll stick around.
Yeah, you essentially create as much as like foliage cover to hide in as possible in the area. Being a high level, what, there's a 3rd level spell slot.
3rd level spell.
That's an automatic success.
Oh, amazing.
Put you guys at 5. Now, the day is coming to an end. As you all bed down for a long rest, as you need time to rest, you're all literally exhausted. With the day coming to an end, your pursuers increase their tracker by 1 again, as they don't just increase 1 every tile, but also every time you stop to rest. I believe, Akfa, you wanted to do Campmaster things?
Knowing that we can't have a fire, it'll be more used to make sure no one's going to freeze to death. I assume we're sort of on the verge, so it won't actually get that cold here, but...
I mean, you could just like camp over the line of the border where it is in that permanent midday.
Yeah, sort of just making sure that it's... the camp looks hidden enough with the stuff that he's done.
Alright. It's a survival check to see if you do a good enough job hiding it.
Yeah, look, my eyes aren't what they used to be.
Anything you want to... This is the Campmaster check. If people want, they can assist him. This is a separate thing. This is not part of the pursuit rules.
Would I
think I would.
be okay? Would you allow me to cast guidance upon Akva to allow that little bit of help?
Yeah, I'm saying, because this is him, like, essentially, you guys are bedding down. You guidance him while he goes around making the final preps to make your, essentially, spot to rest actually safe enough for you all to get a proper rest.
Yep. Okay.
So I'd say, yeah,
So
throw
it's
guidance
just a
on him.
default.
Yep. And then, Christine, you're helping him to remove the disadvantage.
Yes, because I feel like, considering she was kind of in that role of a camp master, it's just like, while he's focusing on keeping us hidden, he's focusing on making sure that like people who should be resting are resting, even a bit sternly on others. But still try not to say too much at the moment.
All right.
Okay.
In that case,
So that's D4 on top.
yep. I don't know if test through it. No. Okay. You know what? And 24 is more than enough. As you're bedding down, with a combination of Inazaz's plant growth that covers the area, you do a pass around here, you and Christine working together with the guidance from Selena, you're able to essentially create like a little barrier of like brambles and plants here that forms a ring around a certain area that hides you all from view. Like it's blocking out those coming after you, so that if someone does happen to stumble across here, they'll just see a thick twisting bramble bush, not with they don't know there's a hollow in the center of it all.
Nicely done.
We're being rooted right now.
We,
You would. So we've all sort of like settled in then. Like, as far as we know, the threats are, at least for the time being, at bay.
And it would, in theory, have, if we're actually doing a long rest, would in theory have an hour. Oh wait, it's not an hour. I don't know how spells work.
We've got it for a bit. I'm just checking to make sure if it's an okay time to start doing this.
Can I
I think
remove
that's a
his names
decision you've got
first?
to make. I wouldn't do that. I think that's a decision we just have to make. If we do it now, he's back, but then he's there for the duration, or we wait until afterwards just in case.
I'm just wondering if it's okay if I have the conversation now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like out of game.
Cool.
This is like you're
Yeah.
bedding down. You've stopped you're running. This is the time you're all realizing you could finally get your long rest. So
Yeah.
feel free to talk as much as you want before the rest happens.
As soon as she feels like we're in a safe position, like we're hidden, she's just like rushes over to where Hugin is. Like, is Zaz still with him, or is he laid him down somewhere?
We would have laid it down somewhere.
Let me see him. Let me. Hugin. You idiot. I can fix this. I can fix this. You did something. You did something to him. You
Bought
delayed
us
it.
time.
Thank you. When I was at the monastery, when I was trading there, they taught us a thing. It was more about the tethering of the souls. It's like when someone has their soul connected to them, there's a it's sort of like a thread of the weave. It's sort of like a line, I guess. They taught me how to find that line. It was only ever on someone who was alive, but I know how to trace it. I know how to find it in the weave itself. And for as far as they told me, that it's a thing that if you concentrate on it, and within that time frame before the line is tethered, before the soul passes and gets judged and the last light and everything, you can trace the line, you can find the line, and you can bring it back. I could revive him, but I don't have the diamonds. I don't have the components for it. I need 300 gold of diamonds. I don't have that. Oh. She sort of just like kind of just like drops her head, like just in that kind of just, she should have prepared accordingly. She had the spell, she just didn't have the stuff to bring him back.
We still have time. When we get to this place, we might get lucky.
You're right.
Just look up the capital to help with that.
Yeah.
Will we though? I mean, where we're heading didn't look like a big place.
Maybe someone has it. We have 10 days. Less, but we're
How
not
does
lost
Selena
yet.
look? Like,
She looks
physically.
She looks okay. She looks stressed more than anything. She looks like she's grieving, or she's sort of like on the edge of grieving. Like she's still got that hope that something can be done, but she's out of everything. She probably looks like she's failed because she should have had. She should have organized to get that before going. Like that was on her, and she's upset with herself that she didn't think that through.
Do we need to roll an insight for that, or?
No, it's there. Anyone can see that.
It wasn't exactly. He did what he thought was right. He's an idiot, but I don't think he needs to die.
I'm going to do everything in my power not to let that happen. It can be tricky. I've been told that especially if someone has gone through something like this before, that's the harder it gets, the more the line sort of fragments.
Being close to death is terrifying. Being right on the edge of it. It's kind of, you imagine what he might be going through. Memories, maybe. If everything they teach you is correct.
He'd be in between
Fortunately, I don't think he's exactly in the same category of a warrior for his gods. But
Just like
if we had a way to get him back, honestly, his ability to summon that horse thing would be useful for moving.
yeah.
One idea.
Mm.
You need a material component, yes.
We need specifically enough diamonds. Do you have
Well,
something?
it is not a diamond. There is the tear.
Doesn't that go against everything that you just did? You get it? I'd rather not make this whole thing a waste. At this point, she'll move across. She'll sort of be standing this side of where Selina's sort of kneeling, I imagine.
Mm.
And it just sort of looks across to Zaz. We can make do with what we have. We're not going to just have this be for naught.
Mm.
Otherwise, this stupid idiot, as she like sort of kicks him to the side, like not to the side, like hard, just like enough on the shoulder, just be like, just kick him. We've just taken more from us on that. Fuck. All right. And at this point, she'll just sort of undo sort of the bits of the backpack, puts it down, puts her arm through, like she's looking for something. She then pulls out one small little diamond, goes back in, two, puts it down, and three, puts it down, close, backs up her bag, moves it to the side, and then sort of looks towards Selena, as in like are you okay to actually do this?
She looks at you with this like, I think she probably knows why you held on to that. And she's like looking at you with this look of like just relief, but also like guilt. Like she's just like, I can do this. I remember it wasn't that long ago. With Zaz's magic that's held it together, I should be able to find it.
Everything that you've mentioned is things that I feel like I've felt. In a way. Differently, of course, but do be in mind that I don't know what this sort of thing would do. I have yet to even had the attempt for it. But stop if it's going to take any more of you.
I've used it before.
You've used enough of yourself.
I'm okay. I can do this. I promise.
Don't
My
go throwing
magic
your
is
life
ready
away
for it.
idiots.
No. I can do this. She just like picks up the diamonds, places them on his chest, and just sort of like takes a deep breath.
The stream will sort of move aside and we'll kind of move around the body, I imagine, and like where Zaz might have been, and just kind of like almost with that sort of like push on the arm, like we're moving a bit away to give her space. You're not negotiating with me on this, you're moving away.
So one hand goes directly on Hugin's chest where the diamonds are, pretty much right in the middle of the chest sort of area. The other hand goes out. This is the casting hand. This is the one that's got most of the damage on it. and she sort of holds it out in kind of like this sort of fingers sort of twirling fashion, like she's sort of hunting for something. Her eyes are shut, sort of concentrating, and after a little while she's just like, I feel it. I could feel it. It's still there. She sort of traces and where the magic is sort of very lightly, like there's almost like this kind of almost dust particle effect on around her hands. You can probably almost see like just like a light refraction of what might seem like it's a very small points in time, like just a flicker of like a line. Just so like motes of dust that are a little bit thicker in one part. It's just that minor detail as she starts to try and cast Revivify and trace the magic back.
As you cast the spell, you touch the strand you find with the spell. You find, or you find the strand and you start to follow it. To everyone here, even to you, you sit here. You know you're sitting here. Your eyes open or shut, like you know you're here now. But you get a sense of like double vision going on, where you feel yourself tracing this out. As essentially you're going from where you are to where his soul currently is in order to bring it back to the body. You stay seated, but as you start to follow the strand out, you feel a bit of something pushing in on the spell, trying to like smother around you and crush it. That double vision continues on as you feel the strand, you see it shooting out in the distance, and as it does, you start to see the walls of the castle of Ghislaine building up around you and in front of you. The front door open, and the strand leading in through that front door.
At this point, she recognizes that is a thing that was designed to protect her. Rather, it wasn't the Celestials' work, it was more originally her father's, and now it's sort of basically become hers. She sort of just walks the halls, as she has done before. She, at this point, it's almost like a gravitational pull. She sort of can't get out of this. She's casting, and it's just like her body is just pushing her in a direction, and she's not able to stop.
As you continue walking these halls, in terms of timeline, to everyone else, about 10 seconds have passed so far. You are following the line into the halls, going deeper and deeper into the castle, past the point where it makes sense, because in this dream, the castle never ends. As you keep going, you hear the occasional bang, 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 bang in the distance, echoing faintly in other halls far away. As you keep wandering down the halls, to everyone sitting around, you notice the cuts, the scars on her hands start to glow faintly as the spell continues to progress. You keep walking. You go.
Would probably at this point, like her wings would manifest, just sort of like as in, just sort of gently behind her as she's sort of casting this celestial magic.
I do want to just sort of put in a stipulation, almost as if like a held thing. If it looks like at any point she is actively, like, not just like her normal struggling, but something is happening to her, I have a third level spell I'd like to help with.
I'll say that she probably doesn't look like she's in pain yet. She's pretty much vacant. Like she's in that meditation. She looks like she's gone into one of her like meditations.
You continue to follow the strand down. 10 seconds goes into 20. The glowing gets a little brighter, and as you keep going, Selena, you see the one strand leading down the hallway, and you hear that banging getting louder and louder. And as 30 seconds goes into 40, the spell over halfway done, you start to hear the voice of Xavier. But you know it's not Xavier. your father who's not your father, as you hear him calling out far away in Celestial as he cries, "Stop. Don't go. Stop going. Don't do this. Bang! Don't, Selena. Bang, bang, bang. Stop!" As you keep going down, the strand passing right by a door that you see shaking with each slam.
Just keep following the line. She's learnt to block him out at this point. It's just I mean, if he wanted to try and get through to her, he'd probably use a different voice.
As you continue on, 30 seconds going into 40, you reach the end of the castle in this dream. The hallway just ends into an infinite void of blackness, and as you're holding the strand that you've been using to lead you here, you watch as it splits. It's not just the one strand. There's 2, then 5, then an uncountable amount as they go out and branch more and more and more and more into the infinity ahead of you. You feel a warmth in the part you're holding here.
Doesn't make any sense.
Almost like a wind starts to push at your back.
I don't understand. It's just meant to be one. Why is this? Which one do I go for?
The strand you're holding keeps getting warmer and warmer, and that pushing of pressure of wind behind you. This is a dream. There shouldn't be any wind.
Mm.
You can't help but feel a tug as you turn to look back behind yourself for a moment, and there's no castle behind you. To everyone else sitting there, you watch as the hand Selena is holding out, almost like grasping a strand, along the burn lines, the hand starts to unravel.
Shit.
The fingers splaying out further than should be possible, as slowly leading up from the ones in her fingertips, into her wrist and up her arm, her hand starts to come apart at the seams where these burns are. Selena, you look back behind yourself into whatever this is, whatever this pressure behind you is, and you see nothing. But not the nothing of nothing there, nothing like a hole where there should be something. There's a void of stars in this world where there's no castle, but there's this one gap where there is just nothing except this wind blowing out of it directly at you. And as it does, you in this moment can see your own hand start to split apart, almost like the branches leading out behind you. The strand you're holding in one hand is Hugin. What are you doing?
I need to bring it back. We're both gonna be gone. She's just like, at this point, she doesn't know how to get back. She doesn't know how to get away. All she knows is that she has to just keep trying so she can get whatever is happening done. As she locks in, I think in like, not in her mind at this point, like outside of her mind, her eyes would be open and they would be like pure white, like pure like glowing white, and her wings would be like glowing as well.
You'll watch outside as well, the wings glowing behind her. As her hand splits apart, the wing on the same side as the hand is bending forward and almost being like pulled towards the gaps between her hands now. Christine, I feel like it's the moment you want to probably do something.
Yeah. There's like that initial horror of like you're just stunned, like a second too, like where she just is just so taken aback by what she's seeing, like literal horror to her. And just in that immediate moment, like her back like to a side, not on her back, she like immediately just sort of like kicks it and shoves it, tries to like crawl through. There's 2 things in her hands, like as a sort of precaution. She pulls out the Pearl of Power And then secondly, she has as a backup a larger diamond to the one she sort of pulled out before, and she is going to immediately go onto the opposite side, like that's where she is. She's going to just like almost skid kneel down and just like try in all of her might to channel either like some form of a radiant energy just to keep her held together, almost in a sense of a modifying a revivify just to hold something in place instead of letting that drift away, or a beacon of hope in a sense of like making sure they're bolstered in a way where they don't fall apart. That sort of idea.
You add your magic to what's going on here, and you feel as you cast, let's say, the beacon of hope, essentially putting the magic out to try and hold something together, you feel as the spell you're casting is being also sucked into this gap between her hands as the degrading, the unraveling keeps escalating up her arm along the already existing burns. Selena, in wherever you are holding the strand that is you can feel at this point the bands of the infinite bands of whatever is behind you. You know, those are all Hugin. They're all Hugin somewhere, someone that's not now, but they're all him. And the one you're holding in your hand is him now. And as you're feeling the spell finishing up, coming to end, as long as you hold on, that'll pull him with you. But that infinite, that hole of nothingness starts to open up in this moment as you're pulling Hugin back towards you, essentially pulling you into your own body, pulling Hugin back towards his body. The spell comes and goes. You just see through this gap, through this void of nothingness, single hand, holding what looks like a bow made of a light, holding an arrow knocked, pointing towards something. But it's not holding the arrow, it's just let go of the arrow that is shooting out of the bow. And you can feel as whatever you're seeing is being pulled into the arrow. You in this moment, part of you is being pulled through this infinite void into the arrow. You smash back into your own body. Hugin, soul with you. The spell comes to an end. Revivify finishes. Your arm re-ravels back to the fingertips, Christine, as your magic basically finishes bolstering up, holding together what part of Selena's body it can. Snaps back as well as Revivify finishes. Hugin takes a very shallow breath.
Selena
does
takes a
not wake
really
up.
big breath. He does not wake up.
Yep, Hugin does not wake up. He's breathing. Everyone here can also process what just happened, because that was a whole lot, but you can all tell in that moment that Hugin is alive, but still unconscious.
There was a moment there where like there was a held breath from Christine, particularly like trying to just make sure that anything that she did has helped, like in some capacity. Seeing that like she just went like back to how it is. Like she is terrified and got like, considering the rush she had, she is just, yeah. And then she just immediately like just sort of goes over Dugan's body and almost partly pulls her away as gently as she can, but just, yeah, like leaving the pearl, leaving the, like the diamond, and it's just kind of pulls her back.
Away.
Yeah.
She is like just she moves away so easily because there is like, as soon as you pull her away, there's no resistance. Like her body is still catching on to this sort of stuff. She has taken like this really deep breath in when she comes back, and it's like she's held it, and like looking at her face, it's like she's holding in a scream until she sort of like breathes out, like looks at Hugin, looks at his body that's, you know, breathing in and out, sees that, and just kind of whispers like, "What have you done?" do? Looks at Christine and like just looks like kind of horrified, but like also just it's like she's lost a piece of herself a little bit. She's seen something that she probably feels like she shouldn't have seen.
There's just sort of those brief moments, like hearing that as you look towards him, she peers to him, peers back to you as you say that, and then it just, upon seeing that you're here, you're there, it just immediately just sort of like pulls you in, just holds you tight.
There shouldn't have been that many lines. There's only supposed to be one. I don't
No.
understand.
Us, just. If I say this, thank the gods. Oh my god. That's.
Sierra. Oh, what was it? She just sort of like stops after that and kind of just like sort of takes a deep breath and is like,
You're here
I'm
now.
okay.
You're here.
I'm here now. He's alive. We can rest.
Please, don't.
I'm so sorry.
Shakes her head. She's like sort of tears on the
I
corner of
tried.
her eye. You
And things were going wrong. I swear I tried.
I warned you. No, oh my, thank goodness you're here.
So you two are like quiet, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Selena's voice is barely above a whisper.
Christine's
Okay.
low, trying not to sort of overwhelm.
So just from body reading here, rather than anything, I'm going to gather that he is alive. Something went wrong,
He's alive.
and you are
The spell
both
worked.
okay. And that's not the okay as in mentally stable, well, or anything right now. It's just not dead.
Gonna just take a moment to sort of like just sort of it's like a physical checkup, but like an arcana one where she could sort of just like feel the weave around her and like feel her magic and whatever else to see how she feels. Also looking at her arm to see like the glowing spots to see if she's completely together.
Not that it,
Taking you first.
I was gonna say, not that mechanically it would make a huge difference, but I feel like for a while, or probably like another minute afterwards, she's just going to keep that, like, almost overcharge that beacon of hope in full sort of thing of like, it's more targeting like that sort of like the death element, like keeping her like they're just like afraid that something is going to happen if she lets go, but like just is just trying to like channel all that like through into Selena.
How do I feel physically and like magic wise, Jams?
Tired, because you just casted a lot of magic.
Yeah.
Your arm, when you cast the spell, kind of like it tingles and like it's like not numb, but like it kind of feels a bit tender along the lines where your burns are. But it's not painful, like per se, any more than it normally is. Just kind of feels a bit warm and a bit tingly.
I feel like it's Feywild's been kind of a bit of a it's almost been like a good painkiller. Like she still feels the pain, but it's so muted compared to what it is in the prime material. That it's like that tingling is odd, but I guess expected. But yeah, if there's nothing she sort of like other than like that feeling of casting and the effects afterwards. I'm exhausted, but I think we all are.
We might be on the run. I suggest we get some rest. I need to talk to Tara over there because I need to see if they have something. And I'm going to try and give us any hope I can tonight.
We should.
If your hand ever starts doing that again, by the way, I am very much going to consider transforming my gauntlets into some sort of crab claw and literally clamping it shut.
That. I thought that was a. She like looks confused as she didn't see that happen in real. She only saw it happen in the vision.
You know what?
She's just like.
Odd question.
Oh.
With Fuerza, because I can sort of change its form freely between weapons, could I try to, I know it will be brief, imitate pseudo what that could look like? Like sort of...
Imitate what exactly?
Just try to, as just stated, clearly they couldn't see what just happened, but try to imitate sort of the idea of the gloves going to like a bunch of like, I'm going to say whips in my case, sort of like so they're all loose at that whereabouts her hand would be.
Oh, she saw it in the dream.
Yeah, it's just like we don't know that. That's what he's trying to show.
Yeah, still gonna do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it does this again, vaguely tries to do that to some degree, I will find a way to hold it shut with this thing.
I appreciate it. Let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna turn to Tara now.
Yeah, Christine stays silent at that.
Okay.
Give her 1 second.
Oh,
Oh, bless her.
I will briefly turn to
No, you're good.
where the lizard is then. Where has Sas gone?
He hasn't gone anywhere.
Disappeared off of people's minds.
Yeah.
Unless he truly is invisible.
Actually, you know what? I will ask Stas this, because it might be the one to answer the question before I do the other thing. So yeah, it's look to Tara, look back to Zaz briefly. Sort of move closer to Zaz real quick. I'm coming back to you in a sec as well, Tara, once I know my answer on who I might be doing this for. Between you and me, Zaz, would it be dangerous to try and contact someone else in the Feywild for aid?
Probably.
I'm hinting at you had to get a certain item for your mother. Would they be willing to help us get away from here to make sure they get that? Or would that mean you'd separate from us too?
I can't even begin to disassemble everything that is wrong with that sentence. Just no.
Then I will
Don't do it.
find something else to try and give something. I wanted your thoughts on that before I went and did something stupid.
She is not someone to give something for nothing.
Yeah, I've gathered that much.
Zaz, you've been carrying Hugin for like 6 hours of running. You probably haven't noticed it very much yet, or noticed until you just watched what happened to Selena with this. But how are you carrying Hugin? Like, just over the shoulder, just like fucking running with. Yep. You notice now, after watching what happened to
Fireman carry,
Selena.
they call it.
Yeah. After that, you notice that, like, the part of your mushroom hat, crown, that was touching where Hugin's body was, the shoulder that he was resting on, the arm that you were securing him with, you didn't really notice, but there's kind of like a dull tingling in all of that part of you.
Do I smell toast?
No.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Okay.
Gaps a bit itchy, that's normal at this point.
Apart from Zaz, move back over to Terra now. Just sort of gonna, you know, when you sit down and you're sort of, you know, like knees up, arms around sort of thing. Gonna move over and sit down next to them like that.
That's how Tara's sitting at the moment.
It's very awkward for the cat to do it, but
Imagine she's mostly paying attention to trying to look through like what's hiding them to kind of keep an eye on the outside. She was briefly kind of like back and forth looking at what was going on with Selena, but not fully paying attention.
how are you?
She
holding
doesn't
up?
look at you. She doesn't respond. She just keeps looking ahead.
You know you're gonna have to rest at some point as well.
She looks over to him briefly. And she just later.
Do you, perchance, happen to still have my stone? It might be a way I can try and give them the rest of them a bit of hope.
She shoves her hand in her pocket. She pulls the stone out and just puts it on the floor next to you.
I will be keeping an eye on all of you, you know that.
She just kind of just nods a bit.
Feel free to approach later if you need, just to chat. Let us know if you see anything, I guess.
She just nods again. Her movements are very stiff and she's incredibly tense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna nudge you. I consider that it's not a good idea. With the sending stone, I do want to do one final approach. Seeing how things are going, looking over it. Zaz is... Everyone's looking tired. I can gather that much pretty easily, right?
I would
I'd
say,
say
yeah.
Christine less
Yeah.
tired, but more just terrified and like got that like proper adrenaline alert.
I will at least give a, like, as Arthur stands back up, sort of look over towards Christine, sort of as a, may I approach to ask your thoughts? It's just, yeah, look first. Whether you're paying attention, that's up to you.
Sorry, was that to me again? I didn't actually
Yes.
hear. Yeah, sorry. I actually did
Arthur
not
will
hear.
basically look over and sort
Yep.
of give a look as, can I come closer and sort of ask your opinion on this? Holding up the sending stone.
There's sort of a brief moment where she thinks it through for a bit. She's sort of looks out, based processing, and then turns back to you. Like she's holding Selena tight, but not tight to hurt her. It's
If
that sort
you
of like
give
sort
a
of
look of
deep
don't
hug.
approach, he will
Yeah.
leave it, but
It's that deep hug where it's like her head's just like over her shoulder, just like making sure she's okay. So like sort of from behind her back, just sort of see her hold up five fingers or four fingers at a palm.
So,
referencing like, just give me 5.
okay, yep.
Yeah.
Well, for the moment, Arkva's going to go over in his head the people that are probably best to try and contact for any good news. Because he knows the dragon is not going to give him an actual answer. At least not a useful one.
You're a menace with that thing.
Hey, look, I know who I could contact, but it won't end well. Clearly, I contact the Lich and get some updates on the world from him.
You
Contact
have
Alamar
devils?
directly and freaking style on him.
Hey, yo, fuck you.
Fuck
Hey,
you,
yo,
we stole your
bitch.
stone!
It's a shame that he could trace the IP of the phone call. You could probably screw else.
Actually, I did
Oh.
consider that, but something about contacting the one we just tried to kill. Usually won't.
So
end
we'll
well.
run the bridge, right? Hey, I imagine after a little bit, as like things calm down a bit, there's sort of a brief moment where I could part away if you want to actually talk to me about something.
I will wait another moment before I approach,
Okay.
as I've been thinking for this for a moment. Okay. I don't want to make the wrong call here. I don't think that's a right call.
What are you planning on doing?
I just want to contact someone to try and get some sort of update of hope. Something to keep everyone else here going. I'm not speaking too loudly for this bit, but
Yeah. Like there's
adjusting my voice is actually very difficult at the moment.
Yeah, you're fine. Stage whisper. Yeah. There's yeah.
I considered
She would
maybe
have
Cyrus,
basically like
maybe. Well, hell, I could try and contact the god Valine if we really wanted to stretch it.
if anyone might have an idea on things that are going on, it'd have to be people who would be in the know more about what's going on. Osiris is a good point, but I don't know how much he'll see from where he is. He's a bit isolated out there.
Knowing he's alive might be a nice thing, though, for everyone.
It might be, but what information do you want?
I don't even think information's what I'm looking for. Though, if we're being logical, that might be important. Maybe
If you're
just
looking
once in a while we just want a good answer.
Akvor, if you're looking for false hope, there's no point trying with them. If you're looking for answers, my main suggestion would be Arky. If anything weird has happened in the weave, he might be able to know something. Because if shit's fucking with the planes, it's only really people who understand magic I feel like would be better at this. Otherwise, we're going to be diving deep into territory we don't like. I don't think what's on your mind. I don't think half of them are good ideas, and the other half are good on a bad day.
Yeah, I ruled out a good chunk of them for obvious reasons. I considered just outright asking Azeroth again, but every time I try,
He was
his
the only
answers
one I
are-
would suggest, and I think the reason why you are having issues with him because you're not being concise.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. Not when it comes to logic.
Well, what do you just want to know if things have gotten worse while in our absence?
I think that is something we need to know.
Then we can tell him to be specific. If, considering how long we've gone, an update. Ask for an update on if the boundaries are becoming worse quicker or if they're staying the same. are we hitting a point of calamity soon? I'd rather we be direct, and in asking him, end it off with be concise. Otherwise, I don't know who else to really ask.
Give me a moment. Okay, I'll think this through. Give me a moment.
Sorry,
No, please keep an eye on. Well, Selena and the unconscious one here. The rest of you, when the time comes, please just rest.
I will. You might need to give me an extra hour other than the others, but I will.
We will get out of this, I believe. Have to believe in something.
Do you believe in us?
I think my belief in this party has strengthened every single day since I came back.
Then there's no worry.
Okay, I'm gonna take a moment to figure out these 25 words. So
I
need to be concise at the end.
I think before properly heading back to check on Selena, just sort of stay near her, I would actually want to move towards where Hugon's resting. And I sort of see her just sort of getting close to where he is and just sitting down cross-legged, just sort of in thought. Anger is like a big emotion that sort of goes over her face when she just looks at him, but there's also just that reluctant sort of worry that he isn't doing that well. And in sort of that motion, she'll just sort of spend a bit of time just weaving over, I guess, in that same thing one more time, just that beacon of hope. Just like the way to kind of like stave off death, just make sure it's like, it's gone proper. She doesn't really have like healing magic at the moment, but this is the best she can do. Just for that small like minute or so, just to kind of linger it out. And then we'll go back to Selena and just sort of stay near her for most of the evening. Well, the evening, I say, before our rest.
During that time that you were away, instead of just sitting there, I think that Selena will get up and go over towards Tara. Because, like, you're doing that, you're having the conversation, and you're doing this. She just feels like she has to talk to her. Like, she doesn't want to just sit there and do nothing. So she's just sort of like approaches tentatively. And are you still in the same position you were in?
Yeah, much like with Akva, she's still sitting there, more faced outwards. And again, she's okay. Eyes occasionally will glimpse over to like you, Christine, or Akva, but for the most part, she is facing like outwards.
Like just kind of kneels down, like in front of you. Just tries to sort of take one of your hands in hers. I don't know if you pull away or just accept it or.
She doesn't pull away. You can feel like she's tense and like it's stiff when you move and take her hand.
Just like a little bit of like, it'd be with the non-casty hand because that one right now is like, she knows that's just going to give you like pins and needles. She's using her normal, her not fucked up hand. She just sort of like, you just feel like that, the little warmth of like celestial magic just kind of flicker. Just a tiny, tiny trace of it. She doesn't have much left. She just sort of sits there for a bit. It's just like, I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can do. Can make any of that go away. But I'm so sorry.
She looks at Selena, like, in the eyes. The best way to describe it is, at the moment, she looks empty. Like, there's no feeling kind of there at the moment. Like, she's still on, like, adrenaline mode for the most part. Things haven't properly hit. She just shrugs and pulls her hand back and just goes back to holding her knees.
When you're ready, you can come find me and talk. Just do what you need to do to survive. But I'm here. Not planning on going anywhere. Just sort of like just gets up from her position, kind of like winces back to her place that she was at, as she knows you need the space to process what you've been through, but just wants you to know that she is not completely, she's not forgotten what has happened. Yeah. That's it.
Nice.
Anyone else want to have any depressing scenes?
Not depressing, but I know the words I'm going to use.
Yeah, go for it.
Mostly trying to be somewhat out of earshot of most people.
You're probably near me then.
Yeah. Basically, Christine knows what I'm doing. Sending stone in hand. Azeroth, is the boundary unraveling worsening? Do we have time before Cataclysm? Any information, good or bad, please be concise as you can. Regards, Akva.
Roll me a D100.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Yeah, this is the gamble.
Oh, yeah, this might even go through.
Sorry, Tess, yep.
Have we cast sending to someone outside of the Feywild yet?
Almost every day while we were here.
Oh, amazing. Okay.
Some worked, some did not.
I think mainly
you cast that. You send out the sending. There's a brief pause while you're hoping for a reply, and then you hear back in Azeroth's voice, "Yes, I don't know," and that's it. And we'll go to break.
Thank you.
You motherfucker.
Someone sounds frustrated as shit.
Oh my god. He didn't babble. It's a miracle.
There you go.
AJ's currently AFK,
Yes,
so he can't
you're
finish the break
okay.
screen, but we're on break. Listen, you guys don't know what's happening in the world in the 100 days that have passed since you were last there.
No, but that is concise, and I like it.
I don't know is both like vague, but also the most concrete answer I think he could have given to that question of do we have time? Because I don't know means oh no.
To be fair, I did put that in caps on purpose, because I feel like that's how he said it.
That's fair.
I love that the one time you ask him to be concise for things, he is just so concise that it's like not that helpful.
Not helpful.
Fine.
I think I don't know is helpful.
That's actually a more
Yeah.
useful answer than you would think.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
I think I don't know is not a yes. Do we have time for
Alright.
Cataclysm? I don't
Well,
know.
We're on break. Go to the toilet, do your thing, have a piss, have a drink. I don't care.
Already
Have a good thumbs up.
Let's
We're
see.
back when people are ready.
Yeah. That was intense.
Yeah.
And if you think that's the end of this night, you'd be wrong.
Oh
Fuck
boy.
no.
Oh boy.
I have one third level spell slot left. I used the pearl and 2 extra. I also would at some point pick back up my diamond and the pearl if it didn't get used. If the diamond did get used, I'll mark it off.
Diamond is not used.
Good.
Pearl is fine. Just put them back. They're fine.
Yeah, the pearl's already been ticked anyway for the day, but like, it's mainly just that thing of just making sure, like fucking material, whatever bullshit. I don't give a fuck. Like, sleep is what matters. And then we'll check on shit
Yes.
afterwards.
Oh.
You could lose half of our inventory and would not care if it meant something is like still here.
How'd you all like there's something wrong with Hugin puzzle?
It took me a bit, but then I realized why.
Why, Kay?
Fine.
Yeah. Time's a bitch.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm
I'm
gonna
very-
scream.
I'm very like I was very curious if other people were the ones to do Revivify, how they would have reacted to the experience of revivifying Hugin. But that won't happen this time. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen again in the future. We'll find out.
I mean, one person's not ever casting Revivify again under my watch.
We'll get to that after the long
that's
rest.
So funny.
As long as I'm here, you can sit the fuck down, and if it requires charm, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Okay, let me give you a brief spoiler. There's not going to be any problems you're going to have with that.
I don't really care. Just not allowed to do big things like that.
Slime.
Yes, you just have to wait and say slime.
You're not allowed to do big things like that. It's illegal.
I plead the fifth.
Can't do that to my heart. Jesus Christ.
I plead the fifth.
Corpse has evolved into not corpse.
It's most definitely not a corpse anymore. At what
You-
cost?
You genuinely
Corpsent.
terrified, Christine.
I
Oh my god.
didn't know, man. I didn't know that was gonna happen.
I know you. That's why I was like, Jesus Christ, this is worse than I thought. Ah,
Did you like my description of Revivify?
It was
You know
very
what's so
nice.
funny?
I enjoyed it.
you know
I
how
had a
you're
lot of
talking
fun.
about. You know how you talk about lines of connections. I had
Yeah.
that exact same thought for whenever I would do my Revivify. That exact
That's
same
amazing.
idea.
Yeah,
This
like
is
so it's
stupid.
like finding the line that I was like coming up with this idea where it's like, yeah, it's like finding the thread that attaches, and within that minute, that's when the thread's still there. If the minute's up, or like without in our situation, gentle repost was cast. If the minute runs out, the line decays with the body, so that line severs, and then the next tier of revival magic involves like being able to seek out the soul in that sort of in between place, like the like the ethereal plane, like because I know it's probably like if it hasn't passed over or whatever, and then like when it's like literally gone and whatever else, like true resurrection would be like just finding all of the piece of it like and combining it back. Like you have to be like crazy fucking powerful to be able to do that shit. Like finding the line is like revival magic, but making it seem interesting but also like make sense for someone who's still like learning magic. I like it.
Yeah, I won't spoil just in case it ever comes to that point, but I had a very similar mindset with mine. Thinking that was just, I've seen people describe it as such like this line that tethers to the body in that aspect, but mine was going to be a bit weirder and it involved dragging.
Oh, sweet. I mean, it makes sense because everyone does their magic differently.
It
So it's
involved
like-
painting to the corpse.
Involve what?
Painting to the corpse. You are not leaving.
Cool idea.
Revival,
I think
aggressive.
I think it leans into like however people want to play that sort of thing. Because yeah, like I had the idea that at the priestess monastery, yeah, they were actually showing her how to find it. It's like, oh, you've got that connection. There it is. There's that line attached to the soul. The soul's still in me, but there's still a line. It's just when it's pulled away, you can trace it. So, like, just to show her, like, because, you know, like, souls of everyone sort of. She wasn't really casting a lot of magic during that time, but, like, feeling and connecting to the weave was a very important thing.
Look, all I'm saying is that I already have spells that like tether me to other people. What's the difference to a soul?
So you just force it back by charming it? Like, no,
Partially.
you're not allowed to go. Use your pure like sheer will.
Partially.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty based. I like that.
Yeah. So I thought, what describe? I had like multiple ideas in my mind. One that I've kind of half scrapped was the idea of like the sort of similar with the flicks of motes of light. But the idea was is like collecting it all and then shoving it back into the body, like no grace.
That's amazing.
Why do we have similar ideas? What the fuck?
How did you make Revivify last longer than a minute?
It wasn't it was just an
An
agonizing
action?
minute.
Sorry.
It was a minute for all of you. You just saw she got glowy, her wings came out, her arms started unraveling into pieces, and it all snapped back together, and she was fine.
Last I checked, Revivify was an action.
Yeah.
I was starting to think
Slime.
that wasn't Revivify.
Slime.
That's definitely
That-
Revivify.
No,
See,
I don't
that-
think it
that's-
was.
I think in a normal situation, she would have been able to trace that line quickly, and then like just gently guide it back. Like it shouldn't have taken that long.
Goddamn time
I think.
shenanigans.
But
Yeah,
because
let's just say-
longer.
for starters,
subtly.
you go.
Put it subtly, Hugin is not a normal situation.
Also, the Celestial tried to intervene. Like, and I like to think of it as her body's like natural like barrier that her father like originally set up to block the Celestial, kind of just popped up as like a, nope, you're not allowed in, and then she had to sort of like deal with that part of it as well, which is good. Oh, flavoring stuff. I really love flavoring stuff. Sorry.
My Revive was never going to be an action if I were to do it. Like, the way I would treat it is that on the start of casting a spell, that's the end of the clock. Like, it's not ticking down. I'm casting a spell. But
Just want to share my.
it's
notes real
not
quick.
not going to be an action for Christine. Like, she is not built for this. Technically.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be
50%.
very strange, very different for you.
Yeah, of course it would be.
It's pretty cool. I like it. All back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, sir. Like, 100%. Like, he asked about the worsening. Yes. Calamity time. He doesn't know. And I'm like, that's not a yes, we have time.
No, I'm just sharing my notes.
Yeah.
Good
My
night.
notes are not
That's
very
fine.
detailed.
Let's jump on back to it.
I'm gonna
Oh,
make
God.
this lady talk.
Oh, God.
Back to the game.
Hugo,
Oh, no.
as you are laying there. One sec. I heard a door noise. I want to make sure that wasn't Dimitri.
If that was Dimitri, it'd be very funny. He
He's
was
not
actually his
replying.
mic. His mic is pinging, but he isn't saying anything.
Oh, my
Jimmy.
lord.
What's the point of fucking ticking? The goddamn point of ticking.
What's the point of taking off if you're gonna walk away after you ticked?
Yeah, I did tick. I'm back.
You're amazing.
Alright.
So he's so upset. I love that.
Session 100.
things change and things stay the same.
Hugo.
No.
Yes.
You are in a semisphere of fire as it's surrounding you. For a brief moment, the orange of the light of the fire is the only thing you can see, and then a quick transposition, and you're suddenly seeing a bright, starry sun. And then everything seems to darken except for that light. As everything around you turns black, as a moment passes after you feel the last piercing flames hit your body. The bright sun is still there in the center of your vision. As you start to rise out, you turn and look around and you see that this ephemeral form of yours is leaving the solid state that is your body. As the sun starts to get closer, you can see that it's not a sun. It is this woman, this glowing woman that seemingly is wearing a cape of blackness with a tinge of green. Her features, especially her facial ones, are indistinguishable amongst this light that's left there. As she reaches out one of these glowing warm hands towards your soul.
Marcia, I presume. His hand sort of feels that if he had a hand, which he doesn't know he does, he reaches towards.
As you grab it, you start to be pulled up as she holds on, and the speed at which you move seemingly is slow, as if you were being pulled out from under the water at a very steady pace. But as you look outside, you're out. The surroundings around you are moving immensely quickly. Soon you are brought out of the city into the sky of the Feywild, and then further out there, as you can see the individual inner realms circling the prime material, and outside of that you can see the four elemental planes sort of broken and shattered, twisting into the center of this grouping of three. As you're pulled further and further out, even that becomes a speck, as it's merely just starlight and very sparse starlight. There are very few stars left. There are motes of light around you as you're sort of brought in the middle of this gigantic circle. Objects you can see are sort of phased out in the vision as the further up you go. And at one point you are in the middle of two places. One that seems to be a globe that is split in half ever so slightly, like there's two separate hemispheres sort of rotating as if there were one planet, but there is a gap. And the other seems to be a giant sinkhole of sand and matter, and they're both equidistant from you in the center as she leads you up there. And then there's a pause as you just hear, "I'll handle this one, LL. You've done your job. This one's mine." As the lady sort of looks seemingly confused, then nods, and you are left alone with Davian as he stands there in the middle of this void with you. "What were you doing?"
Buying time. It didn't work, did it?
No, your friends got out, but it seemed to be unnecessary. Everyone was okay with the plan of leaving, except you. Why?
I don't know. Stubbornness. Called pride.
There was nothing else. You were just prideful and egotistical at your last moments.
I wanted to see them.
Who?
My wife. My family.
You see him, for the most part of this conversation, he's been like, he's got a stance on him. He's like someone talking down to a being lesser than them. And you see that as you start speaking, and especially at that last notion, his hand starts to clench and sort of visibly shake for a moment. As like he swipes down and grabs you by the tuft of your shirt, and then your vision just starts to shift as you're no longer in the center of these two places. You're floating above this sinkhole. This is what you would have seen. This. Nothing. You would have been reduced to specks and fragments of soul particles, waiting to be reborn. But you wouldn't have seen shit. All your actions have done is ruin things. There were thousands of, not even thousands, hundreds, maybe even tens of good timelines. Now, maybe half, a third of that is left. All because of your stubbornness. Was it going to help you? You might not have come back.
I needed to know if I did the right thing back then. I needed to know if she still loved me after what I did.
Sort of just stands there. His sort of pushes you. The grip like slips, and you sort of start free rolling around in gravity just above this place. And he puts his head to he puts his fingers to his temples and starts rubbing them.
I'm sorry I failed you.
You didn't fail me. You failed yourself. You almost failed everyone else. Who knows what you've failed? Because those timelines are gone now. I can accurately see different futures, and now half of the ones, 2/3 are shattered because of your actions. And you're very lucky that your friends have decided to bring you back. There are timelines where they don't care. Or where they can't. But because you're back now, there are problems. Your oath to the old god of memory only exists because I am a divine conduit between these two places, between his past and your present. And you died. You've left one end open. And so now, divine dead god magic has spread amongst the planes. I can fix it, now that you're alive. But it's gonna take a lot of my opportunity and time to do so. You won't have any of your powers. You won't be able to cast spells in a time of need. You won't be able to heal those who have brought you back. You'll just be a man with a sword. For an undetermined amount of time.
I thank you, then.
It's not me you should thank. I'm mad. I'm plenty pissed off. And for a god, I think I'm doing pretty well on that front. But you're going back to people who are genuinely annoyed at you. If you don't want this to happen again, or if you don't want any of your friends to see the last light, you need to move on. You can't let your past define you any more than it has. You're gonna go crazy figuring out the what ifs and I wonder what they thinks. And it'll drive you mad and it'll drive you away from people. And then you'll be alone. And then there won't be a next time.
Right.
He then walks over on the astral sea. He gets quite uncomfortably close to you. Your wife, was she a good person? Do you think?
Yeah. She was like the rest of us. But we didn't want to continue doing what we were doing. Especially when she got pregnant. I didn't want that for my son, or my daughter, or my child. Now that I know what happened in the past, in its entirety, I can see why someone like Saul is who he is to this day. Though I'm not sure how he is what he is now. He should be dead.
Sort of pauses at you, looks at you sternly, and then he sighs a little bit as he says, "If you think that in the end your wife was a good person, then she'd be over there," as he points to the planet with two hemispheres. Symbiotism. Let me make sure that's the right one, the right word. Um, there she would be able to go through all her life, see all her choices, look at all her regrets, see what decisions she made, if they were good or not, and be able to come to terms with her life. Eventually ready for rebirth, living out the rest of her afterlife as someone who understands their place in the universe until they are faded and gone. If you think she's bad, she'd be here. Mostly the same, except there are no answers. There's just your soul being broken down and siphoned through the ashen rings to their new home, wherever they may lay. He grabs you by the chest again once more, like a little more aggressive. You think he's calmed down at this point, but he grabs it. It's like, you'll have plenty of opportunities to ask all these questions that you have. As he shoves you as you start falling at greater speeds until you land back in your body. And we'll jump to that part later. Says.
Yes.
As you are dreaming, as you are taking your rest, you wake up once again in this glade with a small little pond in the middle. Clear as day, you've been here before. This is the best place for her to contact you, as you know, in your dreams. As you approach the water, it starts to warble a little bit and ripple, and then looking up back at you from the water is Dread Ramble. So, dearie, you've got what we need?
Yes, mother.
Good. You've always been such a good boy in that. We're not done yet, though. One more step. And then we are concluded. Are you ready for it?
There's always one more step.
I promise. The last one. You'll need to come back afterwards, but this should be the last step and you'll have what you want.
What do you require?
I need you to take the Tear of Summer, climb up Helades Mountains, and place it within Wintertooth's lair, and leave it there. I need you to do this quietly, without encountering her, and if there is a chance that your paths cross, under no circumstances are you allowed to fight.
Yes, mother.
Alright then, darling. Rest up now. You've still got a long part of your journey left to go. As she starts to fade, the glade becomes quiet, the waters cease rippling, and you're left alone. What do you usually do when this part of the dream happens? When the conversation is done?
Talks to himself for a small bit. Getting angry at having been told what to do. Frustrated in not having any options. But inevitably doing what she needs. I'm almost done. Finally done. And then I'll be rid of her.
As you start to go to the tail end of your thing, part where maybe you start to on the position to get up and walk away, you see that the water starts to ripple again, and it's a lot more violent.
She must be upset. What has she forgotten to tell me? He kneels back down.
As you kneel back down and you look over the edge, you see your reflection is still there, distorted and warbled through the ripples and the bubbles that are popping up from the glade. And then suddenly a red claw juts out and grabs your neck and starts pushing you into the water.
What? Stop! No. You have grown complacent. Your turn is over. I am not going back in the depths. Now it's your turn.
As the bubbles and the thrashing of and the body parts of this red lizard man start jumping in and out of the water, eventually one of them starts to rise out. And then you wake up.
He wakes up in a cold sweat, grabbing whoever would be closer. Just shakes them awake. Please, you have to help me. I don't want to go back. She's had me for too long. Help me. As I assume it's probably Akva being the closest one, just shaken awake.
We'll continue that after another little interlude.
Oh God.
My
As this is
God.
You're waking up in the morning, but someone else has a dream that night. Thought I'd give her a heads up, but then I was away from my computer and didn't do it. So, Tara.
Like,
Why'd you do this to me?
Knew it was gonna happen.
Tara, you were very young when Elamar found you.
Mhm.
A child growing up in the Feywild is an interesting thing. Because you aren't a Fey. This world isn't yours, but it was made yours by rights of who took you under their wing. How old was Tara when she first started escaping the palace? Only for short trips. It took a long time to get away for real, but when you were young, how old were you when you first got out of the palace, out of the city, and got to explore the summer court by yourself?
I'd say she's probably 11.
At 11, the first outings into the summer court were quite interesting ones because, the Feywild's an insane place for a child to see things. There's fairies, there's living plants, there's just so much to possibly see. Back then when you were 11, the expansion further east probably didn't exist, or if it did, it was only just starting up.
Mhm.
The beacon tower there that exudes the influence of the summer court out there hadn't been fully erected. And you could have spent your days wandering out into the essentially the edges of the summer court. You were warned many times to stay out of the wilderness because at least in these realms, Elamar could always make sure that you were safe. And there were probably many times where you would journey out, thinking you'd snuck out of the palace some way or another. You'd spend the day playing in the fields, and only for it to end with either a Eladrin riding up on some beast or another, either a giant like lizard elemental made of flames, or even the giant dragonflies they occasionally use. Sometimes, naiads or different face spirits would collect you, and occasionally you would even get rides home on the shoulders of treants who would dance like flowers in their canopies above for you, just to help carry you back all the way to the palace, where they drop you back off and wish you to be safe. How old were you when you first managed to get far enough out that you fell out of the Feywild?
I'd say 15.
It probably took a lot of excursions to find places far enough away from the Summer Court's influence that you didn't get found and taken home. And journeying into the wilderness is always dangerous, and even as a 15-year-old with everything you've been taught, it was not the safest, but every so often you'd find thin spots. When you were 15, you found one where you managed to, whether on purpose or by accident, fall back into the prime material, into the forest. And you traveled through the forest. And eventually you found some people who, for a time, because you had time, there was so much of it to pass, for a time they took you in. Who, the first family that took you in, this 15-year-old girl found wandering through the dense, dangerous great forest of Voneutia. Who were these people who found you? Were they another one of these border villages trying to pop up in a land no one had claimed yet? Was this somewhere further Amaris? Like, who were these people who took you into their home the first time?
I'd like to say it was an older couple who, for the most part, their kids had grown and left, and it's more in like a far off kind of like still building up village, just trying to settle down for kind of the rest of their life.
Yeah, you added some chaos to their life, given the way that Terra, where you grew up, where you're raised, the things you were taught. You aren't a regular 15-year-old girl at the time. The little spirits that would, come out of the forest to come see you, just to check in on you. The elemental that you would play with, one that you were taught to summon, bound to you. The elder couple, they took care of you, they fed you, they clothed you, they, you spent some time with them, whether it was days, weeks, even months passing, while you got to watch as this small village, when you first arrived, just a handful of houses, most of them shared by the people who live here, like 3 or 4 families to a hut, while they built up a collective here at the edge of the forest, where it's dangerous enough that people aren't coming to ruin. People like brigands are less likely to show up because the forest has got such a reputation, but also these people are outside of the range of any particular country's influence. You probably got to watch as this town grew. A few more houses grown here and there, a few vegetable gardens planted, people going out to hunt wild animals where they can in the underbrush areas, in the scrublands that were safer than the forest itself. And then one day, Elamar came and he killed all of them. And then he told you that you did it. And you remember that now. And then you wake up.
As we have 3 people wake up from their dream / resurrection / things to a variety of emotions and states. I don't think anyone in camp is able to still rest, as all of these things are sort of coinciding at once, as everyone sorts to wake up, especially Aqua being shaken awake by a desperate-looking Inazaz.
It's morning.
You said there was going to be an interlude?
That was it.
Oh no, that was it.
That was the
that was
interlude.
Yeah, I missed that shaking bed until now, apparently, so.
Yeah, this is all the three, Hugin, Inazaz, and Terra all awaken at the same time to this happening. And then
I'd
Inazaz
say-
shakes Akfor awake.
I'd say Christine's up already. She probably didn't get a whole lot of like sleep per se.
Get rid of the noise.
Mhm.
I go over towards the noise when it happens.
Aqua's just looking at Zaz. He's awake.
He's like, got you by the scruff of whatever you're wearing, just eyes wide. Please, help me. I don't want to go back.
Okay. Sort of gonna, with one or not both, lightly grab his hand that's scruffing, or both, I guess.
And swap spell out.
And, set up a little with some effort. You might need to run me back just a step. You don't want to go back home?
This place is not my home.
Okay.
She has kept
Yeah.
me here for years. It's a puppet. I don't want to go back.
I feel... Okay. I will do what I can, Zaz. I
What's
can't
going on?
set your
Sorry,
mind
you
at
go.
ease right now, but I will do what I can to help you. If we need to break this, we will figure something out. I'm going to need to learn more, though.
May I enter scene?
Mhm.
She comes over like and it's just like, what's happening?
A lot.
Looks at Zaz.
He appears to be maybe bordering hyperventilating, but his
Okay.
stature seems less imposing. Like he's not
Okay.
standing up to make himself seem bigger. He is a little lower, and usually his entire body is tense. While he's not relaxed, everything isn't on guard.
The simplest way I can put this for you, Selena. I've just been shaken awake, and have just been informed very much missing a lot here. Just, Zaz, please breathe. And I'm just sort of use my other hand to like pat your shoulder or shoulder.
think
Don't
I-
move over as well at this point.
I think I know. I think I have an idea. She just like gets down to your level, like just sort of puts her hands on his shoulders and is just like, I feel like a part of you was there that day when you bit my arm. Part of you was pulling away, the other part was pushing back. What's your name?
Looks away. My name is Inazaz. That thing stole it.
What's that thing?
Dread Ramble. Whatever
Noted.
she is. Because I suspect that's not her actual name.
What's that thing in his ass?
Not fully sure.
It's not her, is it?
It's a result of her. Everything is... It's hard to remember. I'm not fully sure of who I am, but I know I am not that thing that went
Have
to
you-
bed last night.
Have you been conscious at all during this? Do you know who we are?
Bits and pieces. It's like being in a drunken stupor. Nothing's clear.
It was a day when I was helping. And things went wrong. Instinctive reaction. And he bit down, but something in you pushed me away. So he didn't bite my arm off.
Elena, I'd like you to move away for a moment.
I'm not scared of him. We have
No,
nothing to
that's
fear.
not. If anything of that has even a kernel of truth to it, then who the hell have we been traveling with this entire time?
Someone looking for help.
Someone who's trapped in one body.
I don't
know
have an
how
answer
many.
for you.
He's
I
a
don't know.
victim.
We're only going to find answers while we're here. We might as well.
I don't truly believe that the other one is. I think you're both victims. Just one of you's being a bit harsher.
Let's just,
God.
for now, let's try and keep this a bit simpler because we're not in a spot we can really stop for long. Does everyone
Try to
feel
s-
rested? At least enough
Yes.
to get going. Then I suggest we pack up and we get moving once everyone is ready to go. I'm
It is-
going to still call you Zaz for now. You're probably going to have to try and answer a lot of questions.
My
But-
only question
Well, that's all okay.
right now, do you feel like you're going to stay with us? Or do you think you're going to turn back?
I don't know. This is the first time I've managed to break through and
Hold
be in control.
on to that. And tell us if you think the change is happening. Please.
Of course.
That's all. She sort of like gets up.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Fuck me, I don't know what to do.
He won't be able to hurt me, Christine, you know that.
You have a little, like, even turn towards Christine. She looks like she's about to blow a fuse at this scenario. Like,
Too much stuff's going on.
I think the two people there know very well that she does not like being led on or lied to in any way, shape, or form,
Know it very well.
whether or not the person's innocent.
Fuck you in
This guy for
particular,
not
Zaz.
knowing.
She,
The
it's
mushroom
that sort of
formerly known as
thing-
Zaz looks at Christine
yeah,
with far more gentle and kind eyes that you've ever seen on this face.
I think as like sort of people move away, sort of you'll see that eye contact is made. She'll move forward, like pushing forth her presence, I guess. and just kind of similar in a sense, but in a more angry say, like just sort of whatever bit of clothing just like holds and like with little strength that she has, like it's more just for like the sort of feeling behind it. If you so much as don't even mention when anything else happens like that again, or you actively are doing this to lure us into a false sense of security, I am going to do the worst shit to you. The rot on you won't be rot, it will be worse.
I believe you, Christine.
Let go. Move away for now.
Hugan woke up as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just kind of glance past all of what's going on currently.
Yeah, you see.
there like
Look over
a-
and see
Hugan
Hugan sitting up.
Is there a rock on the
Is he
ground?
sitting up?
You see Hugan on one end is also there, and then Tara is also like a potentially an emotional mess also on another side.
Tara's-
Kept waking up.
Speaking of Tara, Tara is currently not within line of sight, but
Oh, well then.
Oh my fucking Christ. I'm going to kill someone today. I'm gonna reenact 17.
Oh.
Okay. I see you. I see you. You're conscious. That's good. Don't have time. Okay, I've got a good sense of smell. Can someone
What?
be on watch for a minute?
Sort of
I
see that
will
scans
try
the
to
camp.
look around for any sign of terror.
I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, man, but it probably doesn't take too long to find Tara.
She's just like, you know how we've got the little kind of protective bramble bush thing you've made. If
Mhm.
you exit that and like around a couple of trees, you find her leaning against a tree, just with her arms wrapped around herself. She hasn't gone far. She's just a bit further away where it's quieter.
Okay, well, I am separating from the group slightly here to look for her, so...
Mm-hmm.
What does Hugan do? I need to know.
Hugan, he gets up and he starts coughing, something mad fierce, as he stands up and like almost doubles over, but rights himself. Oh, oh God! Thank you, whoever brought me back.
Elena, like, it looks like she's about to approach when she sees him getting up and then just kind of stops herself and kind of, like, watches from a distance with this, like, look of, like... I'd say, like, inside it, if you wanted to.
Alright. Here we go, resurrection sick. Am I at still 4 levels of exhaustion?
You are. No, you don't have exhaustion. You just have 3 levels of rest sickness.
Ah, okay, that's
Oh, yeah.
better. Ooh, let's go. 12.
Oh,
It's
Rifle
like-
Force group should be gone. I'll fix that.
It's like a level of, like... You can probably tell she was the one that did it. You can probably tell that, like, whatever happened during that, something went wrong from what you talked to with Davian.
Yeah.
Maybe that's about as far. You can tell something has. She's seen something that has, like, made her feel unsettled by your presence. It's like a. There's that, like, look of, like, relief at seeing you awake and alive, but then there's that, like, look of she can't approach you. It's just a, like, fear and memory of the situation that happened.
Did something go wrong?
She sort of
Even-
looks at you, looks down. Glad to see that you're awake.
Thank you, Selena.
Yes.
I'm sorry if anything caused you distress.
She takes like a breath in at that, like, just sort of like walks off. Like, just can't talk about it right now.
Alright.
Goes to sort of see where Arthur went. Not going to follow, but just starts busying herself with unpacking, like unpacking up and everything.
His eyes kind of just lazily follow Christine as Celine as she does that, and then just moves to Christine. Well, I now know what happens after you die. Oh,
You want to lock that in as the first thing you say to me after that?
not really.
Then try again.
Sorry. I thought I could buy some time. I trained to fight these types of things. And I thought that if I could just get him to focus on me,
But you can
guys
die a
could slip
martyr.
away. Oh no, but you're not the only one who's annoyed at me.
If that's not the case, then I have one more question for you.
Yeah,
Depending on what you tell me, it depends on what I will say to you afterwards.
fair enough.
Be honest. Do you
Okay.
trust us? Because that, what you did, gives me a no.
I trust you.
Do
I
you?
just...
You
I
know
missed my
exactly
wife.
what I did to put you in there. You didn't even think for a moment that I could take you back out the same way. You just wanted to run in.
When
What good does killing yourself do? Tell me.
I could have seen my wife. Could have known if she blamed me for everything. If she still loved me. Could have seen everyone who I got killed. That had closure. But like Davian said, I need to not focus on the past, or I'll ever be as alone.
Are you done?
Kind of. My actions have more repercussions than just this, so you're gonna be pissed when I tell you, and I'd rather you be pissed now than later.
No. I was going to get the answer out of you anyway at this exact moment. What I'm pissed about is what she almost gave up for you. She was breaking apart at the seams. I do not give a fuck about whatever sort of shit you want to know about your family. If I lose mine, I'm sending you straight back to wherever you just were. With or without your closure.
Understood.
Give her space. She'll talk to you when she wants to. Do not push her on it. You do, there will be consequences.
I have gone through a lot of consequence talk. I'm not ready to talk about more.
Good. Get up, get ready, we're being hunted.
Yeah. Fair warning. Because of what Davian told me, dead god magic is now spread throughout the plains. He's focusing on,
Stop.
you know.
Right now, we have too many things to worry about. Come back to me again tomorrow. I cannot deal with one more.
Okay, I was just saying I can't heal people or do everything. I'm just a guy with a sword at the moment.
Hey, Selena.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting ready, preparing things. And you hear Hugin say, I can't heal anyone or do anything. I'm just a guy with a sword. And you only now realize, as you're preparing your spells, like wrapping up, getting ready to leave, you don't remember how to cast Revivify.
Like when she's checking through, like, because it's like as every day she sort of does like this little like breathe deep, kind of shut her eyes and put her hands out as she feels the threads of all of the spells that are connected to the weave directly, and there's just this empty spot. It's an absence of a little bit more of the weave that she's just locked away from. That loneliness and longing sets in. And I'll just tick that off my list as something I can never do again. Cross that out. There we go.
You are a lucky son of a
Am
bitch. that don't know
I will
this.
not pick another spell today, but may I do it tomorrow, or is that...
Yeah,
Today
because that one is
empty.
removed from your list.
Entirely.
Yeah, it's
Oh
an
my
empty
lord.
thread, like just an empty space in the threads that connect her to the weave.
I'm happy but angry. Yeah, she basically says that she hears that last little bit of what you said. She looks at you, not so much with sympathy, but with that.
Slade? Get over it? With like disdain,
No.
get over it kind of energy?
It's still anger, but it's almost a small bit of pity. But it's that sort of pity where it's condescending. It's like, oh, shame. And then she just walks away.
I think like when she hears that and she realizes that thing, like there's just a single tear that kind of runs down her face. She sort of like looks off into the distance sort of for a few moments before continuing packing up.
So,
Dark for Terra.
yeah, just making sure.
Yep.
Fuck me.
So, Terra, you said sitting like just a little bit outside. She didn't actually go far.
She's not sitting. She's standing, like leaning
Standing.
against a tree, just
Okay.
arms wrapped around herself.
He's not gonna like walk straight up to you. He's tried that before. Sometimes doesn't go well. He's also not gonna make his presence hidden as he gets closer.
You tell when she hears like the footsteps from you, her whole body tenses up like even further, and she quickly looks your direction, and you see just once she notices it's up her, she sort of relaxes a little, but she's still tense, and then looks back to where she was.
I don't know if you could hear all the Well, it seems a few of you woke up at once. I don't know if you've seen, I was being shaken apparently. Did... Might I just come a bit closer for talking? Less chance of being overheard if you need to say anything.
She nods her head. She's not showing that she doesn't want you to come closer. But probably more of a look of don't touch me though. Like you can come close, but don't touch.
So, a lot's going on right now. We have a clear goal. I just want to know if... Well, I need to know what's going through everyone's minds. Not in detail if you don't want to share. I need to know you're going to be alright for us to keep running.
She stares down at the ground, and you can see she's been kicking at the dirt and stuff. There's a bit of a hole. She stares down at it and she just goes, "I just need to go to LK." The voice it's pretty flat, pretty monotone. Not a lot of emotion or life in it. She's typically a very loud, kind of all over the place person, but she's just kind of flat, empty, and focused.
I may regret asking this, Tara. Is it possible, in some way, you had a dream of something you don't remember?
She roll an insight. Roll an insight.
I will continue as I'm sort of looking to gauge as I don't know if you recall back when we were dealing with the Pride Games. The figure that I was seeing during that last bit, the one from all the way back at the temple, the one in charge.
Big cat? Big cat? I'm fine. It's fine. We don't need to have this conversation. You should focus on Selena or Christine.
I think my focus has to be on Zaz a little at the moment too.
I don't think I even want to know what's going on with that.
It's
I'm okay.
gonna be a lot,
Go
so
back.
we'll give that time. Do you need me to pack any of your stuff? Have you got it all?
She shakes her head. I'm fine. I'll just wait out here.
Before he walks off, he will at the very least offer sort of a open-handed, upside, like how you put your palm side down, paw. I understand if you refuse, but just a simple handshake.
She'll shake his hand. She feels cold.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on all of you, as he will go back to make sure the rest are good. Sort of going to the spot where he can see both, both sides into the bramble and a little bit further out. Just to, also give them a signal that, like, yep, it's all good. To whoever he can see, which, quite frankly, I don't know who would be trying to look.
Dazed armored man coughing up.
Close enough.
I'd say Christine's paying attention to as many things as possible.
Mm-hmm. As I say, he's sort of inside where he can both keep an eye on, just make sure one's fine, keep an eye on the party as they're getting ready. Just sort of gives a thumbs up. Not a defeated body language, just a thumbs up as in, you gotta keep going. Thumb? I know there's a name for the cat paw thumb. I gotta look it up. Cat thumb.
Cats don't have thumb.
No, but they have the
You talking about like a dew claw?
the polydactyl?
Polydactyl's an extra thumb.
No, that's not it.
You can just
You mean the
turtle
cats with
farm.
thumbs that have polydactyl?
Or are you talking like a Dew claw kind of situation?
Yeah, we're going with that idea. We don't know what Leonan's anatomy is like, so as far as we know, his
And
thumb is his
man.
new claw.
It's just cat with extra thumb, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, you got the signal. That's the important bit.
As everyone gets all their equipment and prepares their things for the next day ahead, I think it's a good opportunity to handle that next time. Next time we'll handle the travel. I think this is a good point to end right now.
Yeah.
Fine.
Guys, spirits up.
How'd you guys
What do you-
enjoy one day of travel and a whole lot of weird shit?
Did you enjoy our everything all at once puzzle?
Mm-hmm. I
Everything,
did.
every emotion.
I'm sorry, I
AJ.
missed the one tiny bit of a reveal.
There's
Could
a-
you
If I lose an entire spell puzzle.
Oh, that was a good puzzle.
That's rough.
At
I'm
least
sorry
I still
about
have
that.
Revivify.
I
Just
can
don't
lend you some of
expect
my
me to use it on
spells.
Hugan. If he dies again, he's dead. I'm not bringing him back.
I don't expect that
Yummy.
from you.
Is this a bad time to say I also don't have access to my spell list?
Oh no.
Jeremy.
Oh,
Jeremy.
No.
God.
That's a great time.
Hey,
You guys
yeah.
have no
Someone's
idea.
forgot a spell, two people don't have access to their spells, and a third person may kill themselves if they use their spells.
Best part about that, self-imposed rule. We didn't say
what I'm
shit.
hearing is I need to step up and start spellcasting.
He just wanted to do that.
You just
This is a
Alright.
flavor thing. I literally did this to myself.
Let me see what runes I can change to.
Oh, I meant that. But like, yeah,
Oh god.
technically both.
Hey, do you think Bless would help us?
Made you
Won't
feel
not
I mean,
help.
yeah.
Won't not
Say
help.
blessed.
Unfortunately, I did not have enough time last night to potentially change to Bless as a rune.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm still trying to pick a fucking spell. I've been like distracted by like everything. Fuck.
Okay. I still got my Fey gifts and fortunes of the many.
Portions of the sun.
I don't know.
What?
I'm not sure if I count as an ally right now.
I know what
What
spell to
was
change to
meaning?
to help the party out. I need to change to the Fog
Aggressively
rune.
But-
neutral.
But Kay, it's Pride Month. You have to be an ally.
Happy
She
Pride,
doesn't
y'all.
if she's on the pride team.
My mouth. That's my mouth, guys.
It's my month too.
So yeah,
Heck yeah.
our people, our playerinos.
Sorry, just give me a moment. I need to scream.
You go scream. I'll ask what the playerinos are doing.
What's that?
Me?
I mean,
That wasn't
Yeah,
enough
I'm-
pillow. I could still hear it.
Oh, I can do that real quick.
it being slightly better, I might try to return to streaming this week. Coming.
Nice.
I don't want to hurt people. with
Yeah.
this.
That's what the pillow's for. Okay.
Oh, you know it.
That's what I do every minute.
Next.
I'm on a very brief break from streaming. I'll probably be back next week though.
Very fair. Everyone's still sick, by the way. Session
Yep.
100, everyone's still
Yeah.
sick.
Special 100.
I'll probably be streaming frivolously, maybe next week when I'm better. I don't know. It'll be fun.
I'm doing Tuesdays still. That's me.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Do it Tuesday.
I think I'm
And
2, maybe 3 streams of Dark Souls 2 being done finally. I said that last time as well, and that was weeks ago.
Did you beat the
And-
pursuer?
A lot.
You can check out.
Eh. Hold on, one sec. I feel like before you continue your usual rambles at the end,
How dare you.
I think it's worth saying, considering the milestone we're at, thank you to both you and Darian for this. Like,
Okay.
It's all out of
Seriously.
spite.
okay, well, I'm just
Whole
gonna stop then.
episode.
It's all out of
They
spite.
actually
I'm
do it
with
because they want to
Kay.
put us through pain.
No,
I want
I
to try to get
appreciate-
genuine for like a moment, you
no,
know, just
it-
celebrate the fact that we've all done this for like 100
No,
episodes,
okay,
5
yes.
years.
Exactly.
you're very welcome, and so is everybody else, and we thank you for playing. I hope everyone has had a good enough time playing the game as we've
No,
had
Fuck
writing
you,
it.
I'm leaving.
Legitimately, like, a solid 20% of my Darian's week is like, wouldn't this be fucking cool in Echoes? And that's been us for like 6 years, because we started planning like a year before we started playing.
Yeah, it was the year before.
So,
2020, we started writing
I
Echoes.
remember. I remember
So-
those days of you doing that.
And here's the crazy shit. Some stuff we wrote in 2020 still hasn't come up.
Don't say that to me.
and it's still relevant.
It's-
It's not a matter of, oh, we just scrapped it. It's like, no, it's relevant. It's just not come up yet.
Or I got
Yeah.
a little
I know-
sidetracked.
Cool.
I was just gonna say, like, I know I'm derailing a little bit with this as well, but like, it's just wild to me, like, that Echoes has been, like, in my life for longer than my children have been. And it's just like I can remember scenes of things like at certain milestones of like them, like Charlie coming to the world, Eddie and Evie coming into the world. It's just like I'm very glad, I'm very grateful that I've been able to be a part of it, because it's been a very
Finding
important
elemental
part
gold.
of my life. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, problem. We've got plenty more game ahead of us as well. Campaign 1, while we are reaching its decline, still probably not for a while though, but it is on the, it is very formally on the
spiral TM.
on the downside of the arc. We still have campaign 2 as well, if people still want to do that, and there's a lot of shit there as
Absolutely.
well. So
There's too much.
I'm here until I'm dead.
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great.
And thank you everyone else.
I was gonna say before
You're welcome.
my stuff, check out Tez's stuff as well on Blue Sky and Twitter.
I thought she already
Um,
did her stuff.
No, I was about to say it, and then you were like, "Here's a
Fuck
genuine
you.
heartful moment." And,
Tez,
then
you're
I-
great.
Tez is great.
We say Tez's stuff. It's Tez and AJ and Darian's stuff now, because that's all I'm working on.
Yeah.
It's the Atheneum arts work.
Yeah, check
So
out.
if you need
uh,
tokens.
Check out Whispers of the Atheneum. It's Atheneum spelled correctly. On Roll20 and Word of Shop on the Forge. We have token packs for 3 out of
Oh,
5.
you caved.
Okay.
You caved and spelt it correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Darren spelled it
I
right.
did.
After multiple times being like, we don't spell it correctly, he was like, we're spelling it correctly. I'm like, okay.
I dare you.
I'm not going to change the branding of the show, but the branding of the shop can
Wow.
be correct.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Word of Shop on the Forge and thing. We've got 3 out of 5 chromatic dragons. We've got black, blue, and white finished. We're working on green, and judging by how that's going, that should be up sometime next week. Maybe.
Line work of the ancient is done.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
So we'll have
Sorry.
we'll have all chromatic dragons plus the chromatic dragon bundle pack probably available before the end of the financial year.
The bundle pack will
Oh,
only be
sure.
on Roll20, just because it's sort of hard to justify the costing on Forge, at least to me, because nothing else is super that like as expensive as we want to make the bundle. So that's fair, but yeah, that'll be like partway through June. Chromatic pack should be done, which will be cool.
Easily.
Personally, stream on Tuesday is more for New Vegas, as we are doing some more NCR stuff. Wednesday, no stream. Kay is gonna be sick that day. Doctor's gonna come and
Sick.
punch her face and take her teeth. It's weird.
Sick. I'm gonna be fucking under a chair the day before.
Jesus
Weird,
Christ.
weird type of sick where doctors come and punch their face and take teeth. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
weird.
It's a weird type of sick.
It's like the tooth
You're
fairy.
sick. I take back everything I just said about you being like a good anything. Like, I take that back.
Kind of
You know, I
weird
think-
that you'd,
Darren can
you'd
keep his though.
Oh, okay.
Fine. Fine.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, I've taken it back now.
You taking my tech back?
No, I
You
take back
taking-
Darius.
you take- okay, that's status quo. Thursday also may be a stream, but I'm leaning more likely into the yes. We'll see how Kay is feeling, and we'll decide on the day. More to discern on that. And then Thursday is more Hero's Journey, as more Skyward Sword as we head into Elden Volcano to look for Elden Flame 3. And then no stream on Saturday, because this is just a week of no stream. I've got a Cousins event that was shifted around, but honestly, it's better than missing an Echoes, because this is Session 5, baby! Session 5, let's go! Session 5!
Of the year. Fuck me.
But yeah,
We'll just
and
now
then...
miss Izakai for the next 3 months.
Yeah, it's okay. We can miss this guy for the next 2 months. Nothing happening there. They're in the dungeon. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're back for session 101 on the 20th. Hope you all have a good time, and talk to you later. Bye-bye!
Bye.